Hey, welcome everybody. How's it going? It's another amazing Saturday. I'm Jerry. You're watching 3D HP, and each and every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, we have makers from around the world that drop in. They talk about their projects, the things they're working on building, whether it's painting, lasers, resin, CNC work, a little bit of anything and everything. I'm kind of under the gun because I just sold some models, all my Thundercat models that were designed by Fragments. A man and his son came by, bought them all from me. So we're loading up his car. I'm trying to hurry up and get back in here and get going. But here I am, and we're ready to rock and roll. We got some guests in the back room. We're going to bring them in. And we're live on YouTube and Twitch right now, guys. And I'll share out the link in a minute if you'd like to drop in. So let me bring in the people we got right now. Hey, Matt. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how is everybody? Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, Liam.
Howdy goes.
Howdy. Let's see who we got here in chat.
Hey,
Joe
guys.
Velasco, hello. 3D Medic Vince, Non-Fam, Shadell 3D, hello. Sergio, HVAC A to Z, hello. Yeah, I guess that's everybody at the moment. But yeah, we're live on Twitch and YouTube. We've got one person on Twitch, 7 on YouTube. And let me find a banner here, a picture, and I'll show you what I just sold. I think I got a picture of it right here. I don't know. Yeah, I do. Where is it at? Well, I thought I had a picture of all my Thundercat models. But anyway, when I first printed them, they were like 300% scale, very large models. At one time, when I tried to sell them, I wanted like $500 or $600 for them because there were so many. It took so long to print, so much filament. But they sat in a spare room in a box for so long and on a shelf, I got tired of them. They're in my way, so I put down $200 best offer. Man just came out with his son, didn't squabble about the price. He's like, hey, I got $100. We run and get another 100. Let me pay you the 100 now. Well, why don't you pay me through Zelle? So he got on his phone, transferred it through Zelle. I checked it. It was there. Wham, bam. His car is loaded up and his son's happy. So cool. Now I got more money to go towards my Bamboo Labs with AMS. I was going to get the P1P, and I started saying, well, if I get the P1P, add the AMS with tax, shipping, and everything, I'm only a little over $300 from getting the whole kit and caboodle. And I talked to my wife about it. She's like, no, why don't you get the one with AMS on it so you can do 4 colors? And hey, Dell's Logos 1974. Hello. In the UK, how are you doing? Hello, Louise. So anyway, that's the one I'm going to get. But I don't quite have all the funds in my hand. So I have to put part of it on a credit card, which I didn't want to do. But I won't have that credit card in my hands till Monday or Tuesday. And then I'm still taking donations. A bunch of people have donated to me to help put towards that project, and I really appreciate it. And all the future people that might donate towards my Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon Fund. If you're on YouTube, there's a pinned post at the top for PayPal. That way I don't have to wait on YouTube. If you pay me through YouTube, they take like 30% of it out, and you got to wait a month for the money. But if you was to donate through PayPal, then I would get the money immediately. So, but you don't have to. But no matter what, we're going to have an awesome stream like we do each and every week because I love bringing makers together and we talk about what we talk about.
I got 2 deliveries this week.
Wow, what'd you get?
Well, I got a delivery earlier on Wednesday, and so tomorrow morning I'm unboxing the P1P on my channel at 11 a.m. Eastern. So I have a P1P. I did not get the AMS. I have no interest in the AMS. I have no interest in multicolors. I just want to do lots of parts fast, good quality. That's all I care about.
Nice.
And today I got a nice package, and it is the kit needed to do my Star Desk. So for those who don't know what a Star Desk is, the Star Desk is a little thing. You 3D print the parts, but you use this kit, and you build a small desktop venting using a humidifier venting system for a starship. So
now, the man in chat, how do you pronounce his name? Is it Petavos? I think it's Petavos, right?
Pete Savas.
Pete Savas. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, that was on the edge of desk. Yeah. So I got the kit, and I'll be printing the parts for it this week. So this is the little kit you have to buy from them, and then you 3D print the rest of it. But it's kind of cool, and that'll
be really nice.
Yeah, so I'll have one. It'll be a nice additional backdrop here where we have an actual ship venting in the background during streams. It's small. I know it's small, John, but still, it's kind of cool. I like the idea of it, having it. I even talked to the guy who the guys who own it, and I asked about maybe building a way of trying to get it to fit into the Fab 365 Starship build, but they said it won't work. So maybe I'll look at doing that myself to see if I can figure out a way of getting it to integrate. Yeah, it's an ultrasonic mister. It's exactly what it is. Yeah, but I want to see if I can get one that fit in this. I think the Starship, the Fab 365, is too tall for the mister to work. So you may have to install two, one part of the way up and another one in the upper part, so it acts to the event separately.
Let me share a screen real fast before I delete it. Here's everything all at once.
I did get it, John. I got the joke.
There we go. That's all the models. I just let them all go for. There's all of them set up right. There's another one that's very huge. That's a long time ago of me standing next to a couple of them that I sold. But anyway, I sold all of them, $200 or best offer. The guy didn't hassle with the price, so we loaded his trunk up. A lot of models.
They're nice.
Not bad.
So
yeah, don't delete the picture. Have the picture as a memory.
Well, yeah, I have them on my hard drive somewhere.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not very organized. I go to Drive called Pictures, and there's like years and years of pictures. And I didn't give everything unique names. They just have numbers. So when I want to find something, I got to search for weeks trying to find something.
I know, me too. I'm the same way.
Now, I create folders for my stuff, generally. Create a folder for each for events.
Funny enough, I don't look at many pictures. I mean, I do look at pictures, but not at my
We know what type of pictures you really look at. We know what type of pictures you really look at. Don't play innocent with us.
Yeah, lots of lithophane pictures.
Yeah, sure. That's what you call it. Oh, Jerry, did you see this?
It's a pen, right?
Yeah, it's a space pen, the Artemis space pen.
Oh, nice.
So this can actually write. You can actually use this. You can write in zero gravity. It's pressurized ink, so you can actually write upside down, or you can write underwater, whatever. It will actually work anywhere. They designed this type of stuff for use in space because you can't use a regular pen like a ink pen, because a regular ink pen is gravity driven.
Yeah, I'm just going through deleting my posts on everywhere real quick. Craigslist, Marketplace, and Offer Up.
I've been doing this.
Yeah, they're not. Well, no, there is a very expensive version of them out there as well, John. These are the cheaper ones. I bought a couple of them, but the other ones are really expensive. The high end ones, you're talking about maybe a couple of $100 for the ones they actually go into space with. These will work, but the ones they bring into space are way over engineered, and they are really expensive.
I made this. I'm trying to get into a charity, and I'm basically going to show them off to the charity, and hopefully that will take me on, and I will produce a whole bunch of them for the charity. And yeah, I probably will get paid for them to produce them, and then they're basically sell it on the football stadium in the shop. And it's basically a fridge magnet.
What does it say in the front?
I have 3 so far, but I'm making quite a few of them.
Going for an ale before Vale. What's Vale?
A football club.
Okay.
Soccer
club, you mean? Soccer.
Yeah, soccer. It's football. Yeah. It's football. You know it's football. You're European. Come on.
I know, but I live over here, so I have to use terminologies for the Americans.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Robbie Knievel died yesterday too. That was kind of shocking. And then Priscilla Presley the day before. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Vincent, 1977, all out, guys. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, everybody.
How you been?
Yeah, okay. Busy. Had some things to do, learning for my written exam the end of this month. And
again?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, man.
You know
It's
that
You'll get there.
all
It's
the
not
money
easy.
you spent, you could have bought a Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon, right?
He could have bought the amount of money he spent on all this on his driving stuff.
He could have bought himself 5.
He could have bought 4 cars.
I could buy an automaker of that one. So no. Yeah.
Just
it is
get
what it
the-
is.
Okay, here's a tip. Get yourself an Ultimaker, put some wheels on it, and drive that.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Or no, go to some other European country, do the driving test there because it's easier. And it's not as much red tape, it doesn't cost as much. Then you can go back into the Netherlands.
You're not allowed to drive.
No, they'll exchange the license you 1 for 1. They'll do a direct swap.
They don't do that here in the Netherlands anymore.
Oh, they do.
That's for
I
the
know
past
guys who have moved there
15
from
years.
Germany, who moved from Germany to the Netherlands, and they go into the office with their German license.
Yeah.
And issue them immediately one for Norway. Or
Because
for,
if I go to Turkey and ride on a camel and I pay like $100, then I'm gonna get my driver's license very easy. But you're not allowed to take it with you here in the Netherlands. It doesn't work anywhere.
in the Netherlands with my Irish driver's license.
They changed that law. Yeah, you got an international driver's license, but if I get one now, I'm not allowed to drive here for the next 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really strict. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, and the prices of 1 hour driving is going up. You pay almost 70 euros an hour. So
for
yeah,
what?
and for one driving hour, one driving lesson.
Oh, for lesson. Well,
yeah.
The Netherlands, like it's been many years since I've been to the Netherlands now, because when I was living over in Europe at the time in Germany, but in the Netherlands. They don't. They openly say they're very strict on speed limits. So the speed limit says 25. You do 25 kilometers per hour. You do not go even 1 kilometer an hour over. If you do, you're ticketed.
60 euros fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Jamie, Homemade Jam 3D popping in. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
How are you?
A couple of months ago with my moped,
Good.
1 kilometer.
How's it going?
It's going all right.
Somebody got to do a hairdo.
My butt off. Not really, but printing a lot.
Did you change your hair?
No, this is just what it looks like when I don't straighten it.
Okay.
No, but so Vincent, they openly say in the Netherlands that issuing tickets is revenue for the cities.
Yeah.
And so they're very aggressive about it because they want to bring in revenue for the city.
Yeah. It is.
Anybody on Twitter?
And now they got a new law. The 25 kilometer mopeds now since the 1st of January you need it's mandatory to wear a helmet. If you drive without a helmet, it's 109 euros.
I landed.
That I agree with. I'm sorry.
Hey, Red Light, how are you? How goes it today, Red Light?
Michigan doesn't have a helmet law. There's no requirement in Michigan to wear a helmet, but you're stupid if you don't. But I
rode bikes my whole life, and it should be a requirement everywhere on the planet because you could wreck at 5 miles an hour and crack your skull and kill you that quick.
The issue that's going on here, the younger people that drive a 25 kilometer an hour moped, what they do, they changed it so that thing drives 60, 70 kilometers an hour, and that's why they changed the law because there were too much deaths in the.
They take out the limiters, yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a friend on a job site that rode a Harley to work every day. And on one weekend, he was at a party with a bunch of friends. He was drinking beer. He was pretty drunk, and I guess he was riding a bicycle. He fell off the bike, hit his head on a rock, and it killed him right then and there.
Yeah.
So yes, always wear a helmet. It shouldn't be a choice. It shouldn't be your right to say I don't want to wear a helmet. Everybody should wear a helmet.
That's why I changed my my license plate to a yellow one, so it's mandatory to wear a helmet. And yeah, it's safer that way.
I know I know some guys who are doctors here, and they call motorcyclists, they call motorbikes donormobiles.
Yeah, donormobiles. Yes,
that's what we call them, donormobiles.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dusty's not going to make it unless he bounces really hard.
So guys, I've got a question. I'm at that point that I'm almost thinking about stopping with the 3D printing altogether.
What?
Oh,
all because of my Ender 5 Plus. I hate that thing, man.
Why? I love the 5 Plus.
I cannot get that thing leveled. It's
Do you have a glass
annoying.
pad on it?
It's got
Tried
ABL.
everything. Yeah, I tried everything. I cannot get that thing leveled.
But it's got ABL.
Is it
Bending on one side constantly.
I don't know anything about the Ender 5.
I hate that thing, man.
Well,
Hey,
I love mine.
Liam, can you and Vincent get together in a private StreamYard chat and you can walk him through it maybe?
I'll try.
We don't want you to get out of the hobby. And if Liam has one, he'd be the perfect person
Yeah.
to walk you through it. Just have your camera there where you can see it.
I was almost at that point that I was open the window and chuck it 4 floors down.
Well, if you're going to throw it out, throw it out.
Exactly.
Throw it all over here.
Throw it in my
Oh,
direction.
but really frustrating. So I was printing one of these. I don't know if you can see it for my neighbor. She's gonna make armbands, bracelets.
Yeah.
So I was making one of these for her on my Ender 3.
That looks nice, clean.
Yeah, and a very cheap filament. So I was trying out a new brand.
We'll have to jump on a stream, you and I'll have to help you out because both myself, Chris Mink, he's got a couple of Ender 5s and he loves them.
Oh man, I hate them.
I love mine.
So
next time, mine, but still.
Next time, if somebody can help me out, at the moment, I'm learning my driver's license again. Been doing my driver's license, working with my DJ mixer, changing my place around, learning how to work with short TikTok videos and that kind of stuff. So,
Vincent, if you want to set a camera up on it right now, we can take a peek, and if we can't resolve it fairly quick, then you guys can go private.
So, what do you do?
Yeah, I don't got any filament spools left for the Ender 5 at the moment.
Okay, but so what's happening with it?
Basically, it's bending on one side. I cannot get it leveled on.
Okay, you need to level it.
Front left.
You need to level it. You need to level it first of all without the using the ABL, right? So what you need to do is you need to bring them up and manually turn when you first set it up. Manually turn the screws to get both sides level.
That's what I did.
Right, and then once you have that right, now what I use is a Werner calipers on each side to make sure it's right.
Yeah, I use what's called one of those things that you use. Oh, here it is. These things, the right ones.
No.
For underneath your.
No, you need a calipers to measure. You need to bring the bed up, and then you measure on each side, each corner, the height from the top of the printer.
Yeah.
And then you have to manually adjust it to bring them, make sure they're level, right?
Okay.
Then once you have that done, then you do your AB. Then you start out. You do your ABL because you can do that with the printers off. The reason why you do that is you need to make sure that the because the X and the two Z gantries are not independent. They're actually daisy chained together. They're actually on a Y splitter and basically on the board, right?
Yeah, that's the first time what I did wrong when I was building it up because I built the bed on there, and then what I did was I turned off the machine so I could when I was mounting the bed with the screws, I pressed one side down, I think a little bit.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get it back up, so I had to take everything off again. Did it again.
Yeah, I'm using the term level because that's what everybody else uses, but tramming is our correct terminology. So, but you need to make sure both sides
hello, how are you?
Are trimmed together. So that means they're the same distance from the top of the gantry, right? Once they're the same distance on both sides, then you're on your ABL. So your ABL will fail if there's any more than 3 millimeters difference. More than 3 millimeters after ABL.
3DP UK, hello.
Okay. Yeah, I've got to get a digital caliper because I only got an analog one. So
even a ruler would work as long as you're within. Get them as close as you can. My P1P. Oh, you're talking with Jerry? No, he's going to go on, Jerry.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday. Unfortunately, I had to apply for another credit card. I was going to get the P1P, and I was slightly short, even though I've got a lot of donations. And my wife convinced me, why don't you just get the whole kit and caboodle? Because if I get the P1P and I add AMS to it, once you add up all those shipping costs and the tax, it's only a little over $300 more just to get the X1 carbon. So Monday or Tuesday, when I get this card in the mail, I'll be ordering it, and then money that I've sold from printers and people have donated, and I'm still getting donations. I'll put all that and try to hurry up and pay that back down on that card because I can't afford to have a third credit card. So, but yeah, so I'm hoping Monday or Tuesday when FedEx delivers my new card in the mail that I can get the order put in, and then I believe it ships out at the end of the month.
3DP UK, how are you? So do that. Get them trimmed off the gantry, and then when you start up and you do your ABL, let the ABL run. Also, make sure you turn off eco mode in the firmware.
That's off. That's what I was reading in some videos.
That's off because it'll actually halfway through the print it will shut off the heating bed, and you lose bed adhesion. So never do that. But
and what I figured out with the first 2 prints was if you switch filament in the middle of the print, it turns off the bed. So you have to be quick because
even if you don't, it does. It does cool the bed. Well, I put Clipper on mine now, so I've redone mine with Clipper. I've changed my board to a silent board and stuff on it.
Okay, because the N5 makes a lot of noise.
But it's a beast of a printer. I mean, I get amazing prints off that machine all the time, and its print volume is huge. But but if you want to do a one-on-one, we can jump on a stream at some point, you and I, and one-on-one, and I can help you. We'll get it working because it should be working.
Yeah, that's the. I didn't have enough time to just sit down and do it slowly and take my time for it because everything was haste, especially with the holidays and everything else. And
but so
I was like,
we'll do it. I'll help you get it leveled out. We'll jump on the stream, you and I, and we'll get it right.
Yeah.
Because once you get that thing printing, you'll fall in love with that printer. It might be noisy.
That's why I bought it because I wanted to make bigger prints.
Oh, his prints are amazing. It prints really great. Now it's not going to do really high speed prints because it's so large.
Oh, I don't care.
But
I don't mind.
If you want large prints and you want good quality prints, I used to have my Ender 5 Plus does nothing but PETG printing. That's all I use it for is PETG. And then
UK.
Yeah, because the thing is, what I want to do. That's why I bought the Ender 5. I've seen. I showed you guys this tower.
It's the 5 or the 5 Plus you have.
Yeah, hold on.
Vincent,
what?
Is it the 5 or the 5 Plus?
5 Plus.
That's a bong.
Okay. I showed you guys this before.
A triple bong, yeah.
And I basically want to make it a little bit bigger and in PETG for outside because this is PLA. And I think with the heat summers that we got, it's not going to work.
If it's white PLA, if it's a bright color, it will reflect most of the light.
And I've got black. It's all kind of colors.
I don't know if he bought a second-hand, John, or not. I'm not sure.
No, brand new.
Oh, then you should have the silent board in it already.
I don't know.
Probably a 472 or something like that board is what's.
I've got no clue what's in it.
Jamie, did your filament come yet?
It did.
Did you get your first choice or your second choice?
It's the Bahama Blue.
Okay. Yeah, I listed both of mine. So. All right.
It's really pretty.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's
in the tripod.
Yes, thank you, tripod.
3DP UK. Why is that nightmare on YouTube? The bamboo.
Yeah, I've watched every video out there from every streamer, YouTuber on both of them.
Okay, there's a lot of viciousness has come in between Prusa and Bamboo and a couple of others, and it's idiotic.
Yeah, I hear a lot of negative. I've read a lot of negative stuff here and there. I've heard videos talk about it. Twitter talk about it.
Tweets, right?
I'm not getting involved. I love everybody. I do this as a hobby. And I love
Jerry,
it. If I can make a little extra money in my hobby while I'm doing this to help pay bills and buy things, it's awesome. So I get
take that.
How are you going to pay for all your stuff for your hobby? It's not going to get out of your pocket all the time. That's how I do it.
Yes, but
I print a couple of things like this and I sell them, and then I can pay some more filament or buy a new printer.
Yeah,
that's how I do it.
My laser engraving pays for my hobby.
Hey, Tech Dad's 47. Hello, how are you?
So, but there's a lot of I've seen some new videos like this morning they're just being and on Twitch and on Twitter. And like I have to say, the guys who are posting those comments out on Twitter, they're on the right platform because they're all twits. Because that's not what the hobby's about, right? And these guys, I don't mind if you like your printer. It's great that you like your printer. Don't be vicious against somebody else because they have something else and they have a different opinion about you than yours.
One thing I noticed that's odd about the bamboos, if you buy the AMS unit by itself, you buy the P1P or the X1 carbon, whichever one you choose to buy, the tax is exactly the same for me on each one. It's $58.54, and with $35 shipping. The shipping changes between them, but the tax stays the same on either one. And yes, it'll be hard to do a different video, but if I'm going to spend that much money on it, which I am Monday or Tuesday, yes, I'm going to do videos on it. And yes, I'll try to be different. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe people say, hey, look, he got one. I'll try to be stupid and funny. And
there's a known issue with the AMS.
Yes, I know that, because that piece of plastic breaks on the little tiny rollers here.
For the bearings, and they're working on designing it. Yeah, so they're working on redesigning that.
Maybe the one I get in the mail will be redesigned. Maybe it won't. Maybe there might be improvements. Yeah. Maybe there won't. I don't know.
I don't know if they've done that. I don't know if they've done the redesign of it, but I know there is a known thing on it. So watch it. They are redesigning. I don't know if they've done the redesign yet. I know they've been working on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they've actually released the production. I doubt they have in this amount of time.
I doubt, because they probably had so many already produced that it's going to be down the road. But if I get mine sent out at the end of the month, if I order it Monday or Tuesday, currently I got to wait till the end of the month before they ship. I don't know if that's going to change Monday or Tuesday, but when I get it, we'll know.
So, well, they'll probably ship within a week. If they have the stock here, they'll ship within a week.
X1 Carbon says end of the month. The P1P is right away.
Oh, so they're waiting on shipment. So they're waiting on shipment on the other one, and they have the P1P already in stock. Okay.
Yeah,
I got mine.
I'm still waiting on my P1P.
Yeah. Well, mine. I've designed my own side panels already for the P1P. I took their designs and I just added to it. So I have my side panels done.
I might have 3 more printers coming. So the Bamboo P1P. What was the other one? Focus one. And
new Focus,
the smart one, because they're saying they're getting now delivered here in the UK next month, and hopefully I can get one then.
Yeah.
And also, what's the other one called? Bloody hell! Sorry,
that's
my language.
Strange name, bloody hell. That's a really weird name for a printer.
I know. I'm like. My mind is like a sieve right now. I'm very tired, and when I get tired, I forget stuff. And I mean, the other day, instead of putting my ham in the fridge, I put it in the cupboard.
It's called
sleepwalking.
You're getting old.
No, sleepwalking.
You're getting old.
I was sleepwalking.
Well, at least you never had a glass of ice and you walked in the bathroom and bent over to fill it full of water. So.
Try to speak English all the time, and when I'm getting tired, all of a sudden I'm talking Dutch. Say, hey, hoe gaat het ermee? Sorry.
Was ist los? Was wollen Sie? Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm so happy I got rid of those models. They were taking up so much room, and like I said, I printed them a long time ago. I hate to think how many rolls of film I had in all those models I just sold for $200. But
the question is, was the amount of filament equal the price or more?
No, it won't equal the price. I had more than that tied up in filament, because on all the models you had a mile of support. So no, I probably had $300 or $400 in filament. But I've had them for so long, I no longer cared about how much I got for them. I just wanted them out of my way, and I didn't want to fill up a trash can throwing them out. So luckily, I sold them. So
yeah, basically it's another resin printer. What I'm getting.
What's that?
It's another resin printer. What I'm getting, but it's going to be bigger than the Sonic Mighty 4K.
Wow, that's a mid-size, so you're getting something full-size. You don't use that very much, do you?
Not really, because I run out of resin.
Yeah, so well, if you get a bigger one, it takes a lot more resin to fill that vat up.
I know. I'm trying to find a resin sponsor right now, and
you need to buy it by the gallon.
Pardon me?
You usually don't get a break on it. Most companies, if you buy by the gallon and you add up how much it costs per liter, you're not getting a break on the price like you think you would.
Yeah, but if you reach out to them and they'll do you a deal if you buy regularly, because that big printer, like there's a new printer coming out with a 17-inch screen.
Yeah,
right?
I've seen that.
Now
I
that thing
contact
is
them
so
and they go,
big.
no, you can't review it. We only have one.
Yeah, you'll need a gallon of resin just to coat the bottom, the FEP sheet. That thing is so big.
Gallon. Oh,
Right? It's huge. The screen of it's that size. A normal
Wow.
printer is this size. This thing is about this big,
Yeah, but the resin printer is not a
400
sure
by
thing yet.
400 by 200 bit volume. That's enormous.
Jamie, what have you been working on? What's going on?
I could print that.
I'm hoping also for an IDEX printer coming towards me.
Nice.
So
make content. That's all I can say about anybody that wants anything. Make content, and at some point you'll get there. Contact companies. You're going to hear 9 out of 10 times you're going to hear no. Once in a while you hear a yes, and it takes time, and it just takes time.
Yes,
Some people, if you're a magical person that can talk a mile a minute and you've got the magic there, then maybe you'll be an exception. But usually it takes an awful lot of subscribers. Usually.
Well, I'm hitting now between 10 and 12,000 views.
Yeah, views don't matter. They don't care about your views. They care about your subscribers.
Yeah.
Well, I have barely over 1,000.
Yeah, but you do unique content that people like because you show them how to print and stuff like that, right? It's different.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why like you're a painter, and that's a skill that most people do not have.
True.
Nope.
No,
I tried
that's
to
not a
paint. You
Jetstar
really need the patience for it.
That's a model. There's 4 of them, and these are designed. They're hemispheres, and they're designed for the blind to learn the constellations of the night sky. So there's little arrows there to guide them to the next constellation.
Just a minute,
Looks like
back room.
the
I'll
Big
give you a
Dipper.
second.
So these are all. That's the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper, and then you have Cassiopeia and Cepheus, and then you have the Pegasus there. So it's designed for the blind to navigate.
Where's Uranus at in the middle?
I don't know, Jerry. I don't know where yours is. But
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Tom Lama.
Oh, troublemaker.
it's not online. I haven't.
No, his. Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
So, but
How are you today?
I was going to say something about how he talks out of his Uranus, but
actually, you're all pronouncing it wrong. But I won't go there.
how's it going, guys?
It's Uranus. I know that, but I intentionally say it wrong.
But it's
I
more fun to
understand
say that. It's
That's why
more
I
fun
said
to say it the other way.
I
Hello,
haven't
Tom. How
posted
you
their
been? It's been a
designs
while.
of this.
It's going. I got my garage door working again finally.
Good.
Nice.
Ah.
That was a major nightmare.
But what's
Anyway.
wrong with it?
The everything. What was wrong with it really was I didn't do any maintenance on it for almost 30 years.
But that would cause it to fail, yeah.
And everything was gummed up. And it blew all the gears apart on the inside and stretched the chain, and a couple of the pulleys were bad. But it's all funny because the whole nightmare, I mean, the unit's what, $200-300 for a garage door opener now? Cost me
$200 for
$17.
one that you can open it with your phone, yeah?
Yeah. It cost me like $17 to fix it.
I got a keypad outside of mine. I type in the code to open the garage.
Yeah, but the amount of power that the old one is using with the motors and so on, the new ones would only use a fraction of that electricity.
Yeah, I don't care. The thing's 30 years old. And it still runs. It's an old Craftsman cheapo you bought from Sears.
That's where the old stuff keeps on going.
Like I
that's
said,
one of the
it
ones-
literally cost me $17 to fix it. That replaced the whole drivetrain in it. The only thing you don't replace is the motor and the housing the motor sits in. The
Hey,
whole
Vincent-
drivetrain gets replaced for
Vincent,
$17.
that was
That's
one
not
of
bad.
those ones where he has to. The problem with his ones is he hasn't fed the gerbil in so long.
Yeah. Well, I put the drivetrain all in it and then fired it up, and it just started stripping the gears again. Some of the gears are bad already on the brand new one because come to find out the chain had a couple of bad links in it, and the idler pulley that sits on the door side was all gummed up, which I didn't realize. So
Oh,
I put
I
it
see
all
a
back
model.
together. Things started screwing up. I had to take it all apart again, clean it
Watching
all
you.
up. And then I ripped the whole drivetrain apart and cleaned the chain and cleaned the idler and rebuilt the whole thing. And now it's like working better than it ever has since new. So just took a day.
I finally finished her. Finished both of them. This is.
Yeah, you might want to cover up the.
It doesn't matter.
No,
It
this
doesn't
is-
matter.
This is not the other
I
one.
don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
The naked one.
If people get offended, they shouldn't watch my
So-
channel.
No. Twitch get offended.
I'm not worried about Twitch. It's a model. I don't care.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's a model, but yeah, great.
It looks fantastic. That's from the 8K, right?
The details in the hair alone is very
Yeah,
visible.
nice.
It's from the 8K.
Wow.
Very nice.
And then the base is almost as tall as she is. I printed this in clear because I'm going to it's got a hole for
A light.
an LED to go in here. So I'm going to use masking fluid
guy?
to mask off all of the Chinese writing and then paint the rest of it like it would be metal.
So it looked like a neon
So
sign.
then I'll take all the masking off and then put a red LED in there so it'll look
Is anybody watching that can read those three symbols and tell me what that says?
Yeah, I don't have any idea what that says.
Is
Jerry
anybody-
should get.
I'm assuming
Jerry should
Chinese
learn how
or
to
Japanese.
read Chinese. That's what it says.
Yeah, I have no
Learn how to
idea.
read Chinese.
Let's
Maybe
see if I can
somebody-
scan it. The problem is it's mostly clear. Here, show me. Hold that up again. Can I see it?
Yeah.
It says Roxanne.
I'm going to
turn
go to
off
the
the red
camera.
light.
Back a bit more. I want to see if I can scan it in.
Let me see if I can turn it to where.
Oh, let me change it. Hold on a second. Let me change the language. That's Chinese, right?
Yes, I believe so. It might be
Right.
Japanese. It
I
might be
think that's
Japanese.
Korean.
It's not Korean.
Yeah.
No, that's not. Yeah, it's not Korean.
Some things are top to bottom,
So
some are
let me
left to
try
right.
Hang on, let me take it off.
Yeah, take it off. Let me try Japanese.
Can't really. It's
Uh,
too light.
It's-
You'll never
yeah,
get it.
it's hard to
Okay.
get the yeah. It works. It stood out more. I could get the color. Yeah, because they're the same color. Because I can scan with Google Translate. You can scan it with the camera.
Yeah.
And it'll translate it for you.
Okay.
Is that any better?
I didn't know that.
No,
No.
because it's clear and clear. The
Yeah.
camera can't detect it very well. Because like I've used it on I've actually used it in overseas, and you select the languages and you hold the camera up to it and it'll live translate on screen what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So
I use a lot.
what you
Well,
use for
hurry up and
masking?
paint it so we can scan it and see what it says.
What do you use for masking?
When I don't have the time to do, or the patience really to use masking tape, I use liquid mask.
Okay, and you just wash it off afterwards.
Oh no, it just peels off. It's
Yeah.
basically liquid latex.
Oh, okay.
Did
It's
you have?
almost the same thing, believe it or not, as
You can talk
liquid
about
electrical
that
tape.
really quick. I use sometimes I use a needle to put it on.
Send me the STL for that piece, and I'll translate it for you. Just the
for the
STL
sign?
for that one piece. Not because what I'll do is I'll bring it up on my screen and I'll run the translation software on it and see if I can translate it.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, Jamie,
That's a good idea.
Anycubic sent me out a new control board for my Photon Mono X. I got it installed, and once again, it's not reading files. It's got to be something with Cheetah Box. I've tried 3 or 4 different versions, and it will not read anything. It'll show me a file name, but it's not showing the picture. Therefore, I can't print. Thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate that over on Twitch. Thank
That's
you very
weird.
much. Yeah, I don't know. Something's odd. So I went on Anycubic's website and I found a test file or something, and I downloaded it, put that on the card, and it can see it with a picture. So it has to be something with Cheetah Box, and I can't figure out why. And I ran their update. They wanted me to update the software, and so I downloaded the software from Anycubic, and I reran it on the new board, and it says it worked, but when I go back and check the version didn't change. So evidently it didn't update, even though it said it
then
updated.
It didn't update.
It didn't update. And I'm lost, so I can't use my Anycubic until I can figure that out.
Yeah, my Creality.
That's cool,
did
man.
something weird. The Hallett light, it printed fine. It's always printed fine, no issues. I'm a beta tester for their firmware, so I always have the newest firmware. But I didn't do any upgrades or anything. And I went to print something, and it printed nothing. And I was like, what? And then I thought, okay, well, maybe it's the temperature because it's been like, in the 40s here. But I put a heater in here and probably got it to 80 degrees in this room. And it still didn't print anything. I'm like, what the hell? So I did the clean function, and my light was super dim. I mean, you could just barely see it. So I said, no, I've not had this printer long enough for my LCD to be going out. So I reset the printer, and now it's fine again.
My Anycubic, I've been printing for over 2 years constantly with that, and the LCD has been fine in it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Rich, the LA Hobby Guy. Hey, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Jerry. Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hey,
Hey,
Rich.
show you.
Let me move you around a little bit. When Matt gets done there, I'll pull you up on the screen.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
put
that's
them
cool.
up now.
So how you been, Rich? How's everything going?
Oh my God, I've been so busy. I'm trying to set this whole week. I'm trying to get moved in here, and everything has just been a mess. And I had to put shelves up and move stuff around. If you want, I can show you on the camera.
Cool.
Been
Real
just
quick,
really
Jerry.
busy.
You have
Really
no drywall?
No, this is a metal building.
All right.
Real quick, Jerry, make sure you're using the newest Chichu box.
Yeah, I've tried all versions. I've tried old versions, new versions. I've updated it. They say to update the firmware. Cheetah Box spoke to me, said update the firmware. It didn't matter. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I don't think your firmware updated.
No,
If the version didn't change, I don't think it updated.
Yeah.
I think when you save the files, I think you save them wrong to the wrong
format. No.
Yeah.
They're PW something.
PWMS.
There's two different file types, depending on at least two that I use. Looking good.
Because otherwise I would ask Matt Palmer for it,
All the supplies. Look at I interrupted your conversation.
No, it's fine. It looks good.
Yeah, this wall is all of my supplies that I'm going to use, immediately, and some long-term computer storage up there. The K40 is up in the front. Yeah, I know you can't see that, but that's going to be the setup. This is the setup for the battle of the 20 watts over here. It's going to be 420 watts that I'm going to be working on probably tomorrow. I need to finish it up today and tomorrow, but I need to make a trip to the airport and bring my niece to the airport as well. So everything's sort of do what I can when I can kind of thing. But it's going to be over here is going to be the 420 watts. I've got all of the air extraction set up and plumbed out and everything else. And it's just a matter of getting them all set up. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing that tonight and tomorrow. And then I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow, like a Q&A while I'm doing the rest of the setup. And this coming week, I'll be shooting the video for the Battle of the 20 Watts, which is going to be the Comgrow 20, the X-Tool 20 watt, the Acer 20 watt, and the Atom Stack. So those four. Basically, what I'm going to do is I have a little cart here with my computer, and I'm going to go from one to the next with the same exact file and the same exact wood, the same exact file, and I'm going to run, tests and see which one comes out on top.
From what I've noticed on the 110 watt I have versus a lot of 5 watts, is a 5 watt will do pretty much anything you'll ever need on a diode. And you get into a 10 watt, now you're burning everything up. You got to crank all your settings down. And then they come out with a 20 or a 40, and it's they should have just stuck with the 5 and stopped. But of course, they want to make money, so they keep trying to develop different things when everybody should be perfectly happy with the 5 watt.
I would argue for engraving, yes. If you want to do cutting and stuff like that, the 5 watt doesn't cut it. You need
So this is what I think. I am extremely happy with the 5.5 watt, the 6 watt, the 7.5 watt American made. Oh my God, that's just awesome. Nobody can afford that one. And even some of the 10 watts. And it's just a matter of getting used to how to use it. So, if you have a 5.5 watt that, you run slow, you get good clean cuts. When you get the 10 watt, you just got to power it down a little bit to make cuts and things like that. But my 0.5 watt, my half watt laser that's normally hanging behind me in the studio next door, that was the original Guangdong, whatever, the original Ortour from a few years back, the cantilever style, half a watt. That is the best engraver with a 0.04 focal point. That's the best engraver that I have.
But Rich, is it not? So you have a 10 watt that you run at 50% power, or a 5 watt that you have to run at 100% power. Isn't your 10 watt going to last longer?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it will. Yep.
Yeah,
And the same applies as you go up. Yeah, and the same applies as you go up. So really, the power loss, from what I understand, and nobody has really been able to answer this question. I have one company. Naje is the only company that's come close to answering the question. So they take their laser modules. They gave me a little tour of their testing room. It's about 20 feet long. It's an entire wall, and they take one module out of each batch. They put it up. Each one of them is powered individual. The wall powers down every hour for 30 minutes and then powers back up. They run it at 90% power for that entire hour and then shut it down. And then 30 minutes later, they start it up again. But I never did get the math. So they say 10,000 hours, right? 10,000 hours, 18% loss in the scale degrade.
18 or 80?
Excuse me?
Did you say 18 or 80?
18%. It degrades 18%. So,
that's
well, yeah, but how do you do the math on that? I know they're not running them for 10,000 hours. So what is the math that I could never get the question to?
You ask ChatGPT, it'll know the answer.
Do they do this for 24 hours? Do they do it for 10 hours? Do they do it for 5? How long do you do it for? And how do we know that's even close to accurate?
On my LM2 Pro, I have done engravings that took 8 hours.
Yeah.
One job, non-stop, 8 hours, constant power, constant setting. And
I've done 24-hour engravings.
Yeah, I haven't done that long. I've done 18.
With my Laser Master.
Yeah, I've done up to 18.
I can tell you that I've got 3. So after I bought that one, when they first started, I think it was about 4 years ago. Then I bought then they've changed their name to Ortour, and they came out with the Laser Master. Okay. And that was the very first one, was the Laser Master. They immediately changed that a month later to the Laser Master 2, which was the same exact item. So I bought a Laser Master, and then I bought 2 more Laser Master 2s. So they're over 3 years old, all 3 of those. All 3 of those were in production work for 7 to 8 hours a day, every day, for about 2 to 2.5 years. I only changed my files once last year. I had to change the power settings on my file only one time. I didn't see any degradation of the diodes, just a little bit. So I went from 90% power on everything to 100% power on everything a year ago. But they've been in constant service for 3 years.
Yeah, so I have the LM2 Pro is what I have, which came out, which is a really nice machine. It's the 400 by 400 volume.
I have one of those.
One, and they're fantastic.
Yeah, I have one. Yeah, you got to tape over that stupid flame alert.
Yeah, I have the fire sensor turn. Well, I just turn it off in firmware.
Yeah.
I got the LM3 that came out through Trevor, and I would like to put the extension kit on it to make it real long, but I haven't bought it.
Yeah, I got the LM3 too. The only reason why I'm not, and I have 3 extension kits. I might be able to send you one, Jerry. The only reason I'm not doing those extension kits is because I don't have space for it. So once I have 17 lasers here, so I can't do all of these extension kit things.
I've decided to keep 2 and sell the rest because they're all hanging up in the garage. I can't use them all at once, and I'm so busy with all my hobbies that I can put that money elsewhere. So I'm slowly selling them off.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't want to sell them off quite yet because, I get a lot of questions from people that require me to go out to the shed
and try
and
something
bring
else.
the machine in and, go into the control software and figure things out, or, run the same files on the same machine that they tried, stuff like that. So I don't want to get rid of all of them, but the duplicate ones I usually wind up giving to charity or doing a charity
for a little bit. My mom's here. If she leaves.
Hi, Mom.
We understand.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, thank you, Jamie.
No problem. See you guys in a little bit.
Let me answer Dusty's question real quick. Dusty Knuckles, Anycubic sent me a file, or I downloaded from them, which had 2 different files on it for the firmware. And they said if this one doesn't work in the README, which it didn't, run this other file, which it did. And it said it was upgrading on the screen. You hit print and it runs the file to update the firmware. It appeared to work just fine. But once it was done and it restarted the screen, I went back to about, I think it is, and it had the same version number. Like, I don't remember what it was, but it had the same version number. So it didn't upgrade. So I don't know. I mean, the machine was working fine. I was printing with it daily for the last couple of years. And then I got the new GK2. I started printing on it. I go back one day to print on the Anycubic. It's like it ain't reading the file. It sees a file name, but there's no picture. So there's nothing to print. It's like, what in the hell happened? So I checked everything I could, talked to Anycubic, talked to Cheetahbox in a PM on Facebook. Couldn't resolve the problem. I figured, well, it has to be the control board. I even took a different flash drive and I put the file, I resliced on different USB stick, and that didn't help. So they sent me another control board, saved me from spending $50, and put it in thinking everything is going to be hunky-dory, and it wasn't. Right back to where I was. So I currently don't know what's wrong with it. But it's got to be something in Cheetahbox. It has to be something with Cheetahbox out of the blue, and I've tried 3 different versions. So I'll figure it out eventually.
Well, Dusty, you're correct. Cheetahbox, because they make their own boards and screens now, and having for a while, they're locking manufacturers into using only their hardware. Otherwise, it won't work with their systems. That's what they're doing, and so that's why other manufacturers are moving away from it. Like Uniformation, they use Lychee. And if I remember correctly, and they also have their own slicer, and their firmware is based on Android. And there's a couple of others who are moving away from Cheetahbox because they're locking you into their hardware. They're forcing you to use their hardware and their software.
Rich, if you want me to drop in tomorrow, I'll be more than happy to. It's up to you if you want me to drop in.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
What time are you streaming tomorrow?
It's your show. I'll just sit there and clam up unless you want me to talk, because sometimes I talk and talk and talk. So,
well, yeah, but it might. I think it would be good to have you there because I don't know anything about 3D printers.
Okay.
I mean, I know how to click start, and I have one down here. I don't know what it is. Ender 3 Max Neo.
All right.
I got to get that one
done. Tomorrow.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. What?
What's that?
1 o'clock. What time zone?
Central.
Okay, so that's 2 o'clock my time.
Aren't you in Central?
I'm Eastern.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh no, we know. Yeah.
Well, right now it's 5 to 2 here in Vegas. It's 5 to 2 right now. So
it's 4 o'clock here.
Yeah, it's almost 5 here, so I'm an hour ahead of you.
11 in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bedtime for Vincent.
What the hell's going on that?
What, Brandy?
10 o'clock here in the UK.
So my stream should be over by then, so I'll probably go and check it out as well.
Look in the freezer.
Because I'm streaming tomorrow morning from 11 a.m. Eastern until around maybe 1 o'clock. I'm saying
8 o'clock my time.
Yeah, because I'm unboxing a new printer tomorrow morning.
You'll be printing 15 minutes after you start your live stream.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
What printer is it?
Bamboo Labs P1P.
Oh my God! Where'd you get that? Who gave you that kind of money?
I begged, borrowed, and steal, and I was given some.
Wow!
And I'm getting one too.
Oh wow! You guys are making me jealous.
Well, yeah. So I've had it arrive last week, and I've been fighting my urge to open the box. I want to get rid of it.
I'm getting this one next
week.
That's the picture right there. I'm going to order that one next week. I've got donations. I've been selling a lot of stuff, and I'm putting it on a credit card, which I shouldn't do. I was talking about that earlier. I can't afford to have another credit card. But if I hurry up and sell all the stuff around me that I want to sell, then I can pay it right back off. That's the goal.
I bought the handle for the door.
All right, I want to clarify one thing
in your live stream
about the bamboo printer. Well, my wife wanted.
Yes,
she gave it to me for Christmas as a present.
Have you ever heard of an ending giver?
What?
A term when you was a kid growing up, it's called an ending giver. It's where you change your mind. So you never know. She could change her mind and say, you know what, Matt, I'm going to keep it.
When she sees how well the print, if the print is good, she'll go, you know, Matt, you can have all the others. I just want one to me.
Yeah. She don't even know how to use that one. She's actually on her way back. She should be here in the next 5-10 minutes.
So when she goes back, we'll get the truth out of her. Okay. Yeah. So I'll come over and hang out on yours as well if you want, Rich. Or even just as an audience member. It's on your own channel, right?
Yeah. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think I can invite you. I think I can have up to 4 people.
No, don't worry, but I'll just hang out in the stream watching anyway.
I can send you an invite. I mean, I think Jerry, what can you get? 4 people?
6 with what? With StreamYard?
6 on the free version.
Yeah, 6.
No, I have the paid version, but
10.
The paid version, 10 people.
10. Yeah, 10 people.
Okay. All right, I'll send you an invite, Liam. Thank you.
No problem. Because my stream will be going from 11 until about 1.
Okay.
And then after that, even the caveman can do it. That's me, caveman here.
So when I unbox it, I mean, I should take my shirt off when I unbox it, since everything on my head goes straight to my back and everywhere else. So.
That's too much information, Jerry. We did not need to know that.
Hey, Llama, how's it coming on your cutting boards? I know you've been busy in the garage in your videos. How's the cutting board business going? Rich's channel's LA Hobby Guy. Let me find it and I'll repost it. It's been popping up on Twitter. Let me grab his link and I'll show it. But Rich has an awesome channel. Anything to do with light burn, Rich knows. He has tons of free files. He's got a Patreon. He has a lot of everything everywhere.
And people, I had an idea.
Well, be careful.
Well, the idea is already made into reality. So, and my idea
Here's was here, guys.
This is called a frustrum lithophane.
Oh wow!
And now you can have it in Luban. And
wow, Rich, thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm just trying to help you get that printer and maybe send me some really nice prints.
Appreciate it.
And you can do many things with it. You can have between 3 sides or up to 12 sides you can have. This one is 6 sides.
Jerry, can you make that bigger? I can't. Everything, this screen is so big, but everything's so small. Oh, okay.
You can widen up. So it's just like the bottom. So if you have 200 on the bottom, you can make the top 200, then it's square. Or you can make it into a pyramid shape. You can do quite a few things with it. And there's going to be hopefully an update soon for basically the bottom part. Because right now, if you print it like this, right, in that shape, and you have the hookup for the lamp, you can't stick your hand through that to screw in the lamp because it's tied to the top. So I asked Lu Chen to do basically this, to separate it, and to create an extra lip to make it fit in there, and then people can do this with it, you know. And lots of people, well, quite a few people already made it, and I'm proud of it, and I might kind of come up with 2 more designs.
Can you light that up?
Can it comes together like that?
Matt, can you light that?
Light it up, Matt.
Yeah.
Hold
Hold on. Well, let me adjust the camera.
It's bright, huh?
Yeah. Hang on. Watch. Look at this.
Oh, okay.
It's got
Lower, Matt, lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hard to see on the camera, but
Yeah.
I see it though.
in person it is like
Hold on.
Perfect, huh? Yeah.
Come on.
That's cool.
Camera.
I see it.
there it goes. There.
Ah, here you
Oh,
go.
yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
He 3D
That's
printed all
perfect.
that.
I can show a colored one in a second. This is my Egyptian theme, what I have. You can download the STL file from Printables. Just look up Matt German and you will find it. And here's a colored one.
Wow.
This is what I call my fish tank.
Cool.
I love fish tanks.
This
I
is
used to
3D.
take care of a lot of fish tanks.
Like my house, we got lots of them here.
And I used to take care of famous people's fish tanks. Like, I used to work for this company who used to be hired by the Jackson family. And so I worked for Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, and few other people like, what was his name?
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got John from Tripod's Garage. Hey, John.
Hey, John.
What's going on there, peeps?
Yeah, and we did hotels and we did restaurants.
Thank you for
What
the
I
follow.
what I was mainly doing was cleaning and taking care of the fish, feeding and medication the fish. So
That's pretty cool.
Cool job.
And I'd like to thank Sean
made lots of
Rathbone.
money.
A few days back, Sean donated $20 to my bamboo, my P1P fund, which is going to be that kind of department. So, Sean Rathbone, thank you very much for the $20.
Thank you.
That's good.
I'm gonna close up everything now.
Yeah, close up everything else. Thanks. See you tomorrow.
Hey, Rich, this is the
Yeah.
next thing I'm going to be printing later. I'm going to do it later this week. It's called
can't see it.
Stardust. It sits in your desk and it lights up. You buy a little kit, and you get this thing of Starship, and it
Oh, where did I see
it's a
that?
humidifier.
I saw that on your live stream, I think. I
No, it
saw
was on
on
somebody
live-
else's. It was on somebody else. It was on.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
The
but,
steam comes
I,
out.
I
The
had the
vapor
kit.
comes
So
out.
I'm going to print it. The kit arrived. Actually, it only arrived today. So this
Wow.
is the kit parts that come with it, and you print the parts.
No,
The rest of
it says 54 and light rain, but I don't see no rain on my camera.
That's
Most of
cool.
the stuff in California is going around Vegas.
Yeah, it's
I want one of those, Liam.
It's a humidifier, is all it is.
Let me share the link. I have the link right here in private
Yeah,
chat.
it's just stardust.co.
I want one, Liam.
If you
need
don't
one.
have a printer, if you don't want to print the parts, you can pay an extra, and they will actually print the parts for you and ship them to you as well with the kit.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a link right there to it.
So I'm going to have that printed,
But
and
I
I'm
can
going to build it
always
this week.
just ask Liam to do it, though.
You want me to do it for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I want one. I'll pay you for it.
Yeah, sure. No, I can order a kit.
Yeah.
Let me
I'll pay
build
you
mine first to see how it turns out. And if it turns out great, I'll build one for you.
Oh, by the way, I have a commission check coming to you shortly.
Hello, Sam.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey, Sam.
Sure.
And I've been doing those.
Yeah, you look sad.
Port
I'm
Val
hoping-
Football Club.
Yeah. They have a charity, an in-house charity what takes care of families who
Hey, Sam.
are low income.
Hello, Sam.
And I'm basically trying to get them to buy this off me. I design it, and then they will resell it to their customers, and then the money goes to the charity.
Can you make that bigger, Jerry?
Oh, by the way, Sam, yeah, like a bulldog chewing a wasp, right?
Oh, that's cool.
And if
Welcome.
if you guys recognize these words, they're pretty famous words
Yes.
from
Uh-huh.
a song.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's from Elvis Presley.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a very old song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked me before the stream, and I had no idea what it was from, but I used to love Elvis.
I still do.
Love me tender, love
I love the line from Men in Black when they said Elvis didn't die, he just went home.
Hey,
Wesley.
somebody just cited him in San Antonio.
Yeah, Westy, come in. Say hello.
You go to Vegas, you find them there a lot too.
Don't let her in. Don't let her in.
Tripod. What have you been up to, Tripod? What's going on, buddy?
That thing.
Yeah, I saw when you post that that's working.
What is
It's pretty cool. The Arc Droid.
What?
It's a robotic arm in which you attach a plasma cutter to cut steel.
That's nice.
Oh, damn.
Hope all the sparks didn't catch anything on fire laying around on the floor anywhere.
How thick is that, John?
This is only 16 gauge, but it could do up to an inch.
Wow.
Well, it's all based on that thing right there. That's the plasma cutter itself.
Yeah.
How to do with the Arc Droid?
How you do the magnetic interference?
What
don't they give out a magnetic interference?
Okay, so there's a high frequency one that will interfere. So you got to make sure you just get the right plasma cutter for it. You don't want to get the high frequency version that will actually interfere with the electronics. So,
can I see that again?
Because I know you have to shield them.
I can wire feed, I can arc weld, I can gas weld. I've used a cutting torch for years, but I've never used a plasma cutter.
How clean are the edges, John? Does it have to be like sanded down?
So, well, that's the dross on the back, so that you see through. But yeah, it's very clean. I just got to get just a grinder. I have one, but I'm missing a part on it. I have it brand new, sitting in the drawer, and for some reason, it's missing one of the parts to attach a wheel. So
yeah, mine is too. The washer.
So I'm like, are you kidding?
When I attach it, it just spins freely.
John, they sell sanding discs that look like little pieces of sandpaper all stacked all the way around, and that would clean that up real nice instead of using a hard wheel on it.
Yeah, it's a matter of I was working on the video today.
That would look nice with a piece of acrylic on the back.
Yeah. Oh, I got plans, buddy. I got some for unique signs. So
or even white, even like if you put colored paper on the back, even that would still look good.
Yeah. So Phoenix, the Arc Droid is a robotic arm, and you attach your own plasma cutter to it. Is what it does. So it's basically a two-axis arm, and it's like a human arm, and you have a plasma cutter, and it has a Z motion, and there it is. And it basically it does the XYZ motion. So when it's moved from point to point, it lifts it does a Z lift, moves over, drops it down, and then turns on your
it's all CNC controlled, so you can.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a fork of Marlin that runs it.
Right. It's so you can still use light burn and everything else.
Some people asked, so I may since
Marlin
you
is
can do a
supported.
DXF file output and then throw it into like a CAD file. Yeah, I don't see why you just can't control it through light burn.
Right.
Like
you can't control it Z.
Okay, guys.
Oh, you leaving later?
Yeah. It's 11 o'clock, and I gotta get up early tomorrow. So.
Well, thank you for joining. You have a great night. And remember, you're always welcome. Get a hold of Liam. He'll help you figure out your problems with that.
Yeah. We'll talk to you later. Do I got you on my Facebook something, Liam?
I don't know. You can whisper me here on Twitter or on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I will do that.
Astro Printer loves being whispered to.
The only way I feel love.
Yeah, so
take care.
I was using Inkscape on it. Okay, and then like someone asked on one of my posts about using, it was actually Sexy Cyborg. Said she was like, I was like, if it could use Lightburn, I'll be fine. Well, you could actually export it as a DXF file and it'll read it. So, but it's just where your cut paths are. That's the problem. So you have to create it and then make sure that your last boundary box is your last one, so we'll cut it. But then you also have your ins and your outs. So here it's like for the letters, they'll be cut out. You want it to come on the inside,
right?
So that way you don't get where the So it's again, it's all the dross that you see on the back. So you can actually
slag, or it looks like slag on the inside.
Well, the slag, dross, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So like so you'll see that this is a really small piece here.
Yeah.
And that almost didn't make it, but it held on. But
that's cool.
Yeah, it's something I've been wanting to get into for a couple of decades now, and it took 9 months for this garage to get upgraded with the auto electric that you see right here, and then 100 amp sub panel, 220 drops, and it's 6 dedicated 20 amp circuits, 2 dedicated 220 circuits. Yeah, and with a 100-watt service, 100 amp service coming into this garage.
Yeah, that's
to be able to run. So as you see, there's the 2 fiber lasers over there. You got the plasma cutter, you got the arc droid, and that screen is a Big Tree Tech screen. Yeah. So he's using a lot of the guy that designed it is using a lot of 3D printing technology in it.
Well, and the good thing about that is the parts can be you're easy to get the parts to replace them because they're commercially available. You don't have to go through them.
Yeah,
a BTT screen is easy to get, right?
Oh yeah, it's $70. So as long as they don't stop making it, you're good.
Yeah, I feel your pain on the electric though. This building has its own service that my son is an electrician. He ran from the house service. So, but I'm 75 feet from the house. Just the 3 cables alone, the 3 spools of cable to run from there to here was $4,400.
Yeah, that's heavy.
3 cables.
I have
not including the panel or the breakers or the wiring and the plugs and everything else. I have 16 circuits in here altogether. But I feel your pain on that. I can't imagine what you would pay retail. I didn't pay anything at all.
It was about $4,500.
That's all.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's connected. It's connected to the house.
Oh, that's right. It's inside your house. Yeah.
So the run was about 16 feet.
Oh, I thought you were in a detached garage. I didn't know you were in a detached
garage.
Oh,
so
okay.
I need to get what's called a water table. It'll be mentioned in the video because it's messy. It's very messy. Because all that sediment, all the particulates need to go somewhere, and it got everywhere.
And it's you're blowing liquid metal around the floor is what you're doing.
Yeah, and how do you handle that?
Well, so you get what's called a water table. It has slats in it. Okay, it's all metal, and the slats are sacrificial, but it holds water in it. So as it's arcing down and blowing it, the water catches it as a filter.
Right.
Yeah.
And it helps prevent. Yeah, it gets water on the only problems are usually is want to make sure that you wipe down your machine and also that your parts rust really quickly. So a lot of people do the cleanup right afterwards anyway. So that's usually a non-issue. But
so then you just have to clean up all the particulates and reuse the slats.
Yeah. So and then the slats literally, I mean, almost all of them had to be like cut through before you just start replacing them.
Right.
So,
right.
Just thinking about it as your honeycomb bed, but your honeycomb bed is getting cut all the time.
Yeah.
Then it's going to. I think that's the best way for me to describe it.
They're sacrificial. Yeah.
They're normally set up as a shark tooth type of setup.
It can be, but that's. I mean, if you're going to do something like that, Liam, you're usually talking about
larger pieces,
a laser type thing that has a really fine point. These you're at 0.5 millimeter nozzle, or more, and it's blowing at least 0.6 out of it. So I'm using I'm learning CAD now. So the sign that I just did with that one has.
Do you have a slag hammer like this, John?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But
a lot of times when you're welding, you can knock off debris with it.
Yeah, I have a welder. I have a Lincoln welder.
Everybody has one of those, Jerry.
All right.
No, it's a good question. But for those connectors, I'm not going to use the slag hammer because
that'll break.
If you have a welder, you have a slag hammer. I mean,
I don't have a welder, so I don't have a slag hammer.
You don't have a welder?
No.
I thought everybody had a welder. Isn't that required nowadays?
Yeah.
I don't have a welder. I've never welded.
A Fusion 360.
I've done welding, but I don't do enough of it to justify needing a welder.
Yeah, I mean, it's the signs that I'm making are pretty much, I bought that font. So remember, people, if you're selling stuff, okay, you buy the font, okay, unless it's on your computer natively on there. Fonts are a huge industry. You don't want to be caught selling a font that you didn't pay for. and have a license for it. Just so you know.
Well,
Okay.
every file is like that. Every file is like that.
Yeah, but fonts,
everything you use,
you have stolen that font, and you can look up that type of font pretty easily. Yeah. So it's just.
Isn't there a website out there I've seen like a year ago? A website where you get free fonts. It's got a zillion of them. I don't know what they import into what programs, but
yeah, that's either DeFont or freefonts.com. Those are designed for free for
ladies and gentlemen. We've got Rob Mink stopping in.
But you got to also make sure that hey Rob,
hey guys.
Right.
You need to make sure that the license that's available on there is just like when you think about with Thingiverse and stuff. If you use it, if
it tells you on the download.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of them, some of the ones at DeFont they do tell you that private use only. In fact,
I figured Rich would know more than even me on some of it. I work in the advertising industry as IT manager, not as that, but we deal with.
Have you got burned on your new welder yet, John? Have you got any sparks on your arms or anything? Have you got burned from it yet?
Oh, I got new like sweatpants, and when I was doing the testing during the video of the plasma cutter, since I had to be close to it. Yeah, it was getting a little
like, oh shit,
sparks.
They're not new anymore.
The torch though.
You keep forgetting we can jump back easy. It's not harder for John to get out of the way.
Well, that was the problem with testing it, was that I'm on a chair and I'm still not the best balance even on a chair.
Have your wife grab the back of the chair, honey. Get ready to run backwards.
Yeah, I just throw everything. But no, the metal area is finally.
Hey, Betty Boop. My wife, I guess, is up and about. Nice to see you, Betty. Jamie will stop back in. Her mom came over, so she said she'll be back. Hello, Matt.
What's going on?
Yeah. We're live on YouTube and Twitch right now.
So I'm just trying to get my content out there.
Jerry, they're yelling for me. I got to bring my niece to the airport at 4:30. It's 4:20.
All right, Rich. Well, thank you very much for the $50. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll share out your channel again, and everybody check out Rich tomorrow. It's going to be going live. And
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you very much, Rich. Have a great day.
See you.
Sharper 3D. Haven't heard of it, but I'm always up for a tutorial.
Shaper, I've heard of it.
Shaper 3D.
Yeah, it's CAD.
Okay.
That new printer that Sam Prentice was talking about how big it was, is that like a CR10, 300 by 300 by 400?
Oh, it's bigger.
Bigger. I think it's 45 by 45.
I think it's 450.
Yeah, 450.
After Liam's comment, I almost downloaded that image so I could edit it and put something on the build bed that's dead, but I didn't do it. I figured, no, I'm not going to do that. See, I don't want him to hate me for doing it. But
I'll be getting that printer soon as well, the one that Sam has. The one is down there on the floor, the one I just reviewed, because it's a giveaway. So it's already repacked it, did a review, repacked it. And that's one thing that's not fun, is putting these things back in the box after you're done with it. So
yeah, trying to get all the parts fit in. They never do. It's like when you buy a tent.
It's not fun, but I've given away 3 printers, so I have one more to give away. And then I'll have some room in here.
Yeah, it's like when you buy a tent, they give you those little bags to fold the tent up into. They almost never fit into those little bags. You always buy a bigger duffel to make it fit.
When I sold my CR10 Max the other day, it took me and another guy to carry it out. And I had the guy pay me through Zelle, but I had a problem. I normally take payment with my email. I gave him my phone number, and the guy that came to pick it up, his buddy on the phone, paid me. I'm waiting for 35 minutes for payment, and I didn't have it set up on my phone to work with my phone number. So after a half hour, I finally realized that. I cleared up the problem after talking to my son. And then it showed my account, and we carried the printer out. But yeah, I hated to sell my CR10 Max, but I wanted to put the money towards the bamboo, and the big printer was just sitting here. So why let it get older and older and older? I just sold it. So,
well, yeah, any of the printers I've had from reviews that are a year plus old, I've just given away.
Yeah,
because there's really no more content left on them. The lasers, I've only given one away, which was the 2 trees, the small one, the 355 or whatever it was, or 55. And the rest I still have because these manufacturers release upgrades for them. So it's like the
If I had like I mentioned before, if I had a good income coming in, which I don't, then I might do giveaways on stuff like that. But I sell them what I consider reasonably, so I can try to help.
Oh no, I get it. I'm just saying it's. I've been giving them away locally, just here, just handing them off because it's. Honestly, I have no use. If they're right now just taking up space to make this workflow work that I've been trying to work on for the last year. So. And then it's like I bought a new phone, and I actually bought it so I didn't, that way I could have two for recording two ways. So
I'll be right back.
For Twitch, not for Twitch. I mean for the shorts and stuff and TikTok, because I've always done it on landscape mode. So, and they don't like landscape mode.
No, I found out the hard way.
Yeah. So now I need to get a tripod to handle two phones.
Well, that means you can sit there with two phones, right? We got
you just hold them like this.
Yeah.
I just 3D print a mount that holds my phone on a tripod.
There you go.
So you can probably just easily cat up a double mount.
Yeah, I may actually just see what's out there, because there's only like two companies out there, and I don't care about the tripod itself because I got a real nice one besides me. That's
exactly nice one besides you.
Yeah. I just need the mount itself for the tripod. I care less what tripod it comes with. Mm-hmm. But no, I just I'm like caught in this little bubble of just 3D printing, which is fine. It's not like I don't like you guys or anything. But no, it's like I have a lot of other interests. And it's like when I throw out the stuff like the plasma cutter, it's like, oh, that is pretty nifty, But I know it's not up other people's alleys, but it's just kind of cool to see the reactions of fiber lasers and plasma cutters. So,
well, my response to your post was, okay, that's officially cool.
If people don't think it's cool, there's something honestly wrong with you.
It's really cool to watch you go and cut.
Oh, so boring. I mean, I just fall asleep.
Yeah.
All those sparks. Well, I have a CNC plasma and several welders and stuff like that too. So I play with sparks too.
Yeah, so I don't have space for them. I need to have a workshop. Like if I was going to get into that, I don't have room in my garage, so I need to have a separate workshop, and I can't build one where I live.
So the cutter is for actually a lot of stuff around the house. Like I want to make a custom gate. Or for actually 3 gates, for 2 for both sides of the house for the fence, and then 1 for the back. Make custom hinges, brackets. So, and those will be cut out of that. And then just stuff for our off-road equipment, and again, more brackets and towing hitches and stuff. And then you have, I make some pretty cool metal signs. It's nothing like really seeing something burning through really thick steel. It's just to me is an amazing thing to watch.
I've done plasma stuff, cutting like by hand and stuff. I've never had a machine for it. And I've done like CNC on metal and wood and stuff, but I've never like the Arcdroid is a cool idea to have a CNC, like basically an automated cutting system for your arc welder.
Really cool. Yeah, I mean it's granted it's not a big surface area. We're talking about like 25 inches by 16 or 17 inches.
Yeah, but that's for most of you.
Yeah, and the thing is it's the arm knows where it is in space all the time. So what you can do is actually have a bigger cutting
first
table.
Nerf gun ever.
Yeah, there you go.
Never had one before.
And you can move the Arcdroid, since it's literally only like 20 pounds, move it wherever you want and then cut again. So you could I just wanted something that was smaller. I wanted like at first like a 4x8, but man, it eats up so much room so fast.
Yeah.
And it's like so when this came out, I'm like, and I was on Indiegogo, I'm like, oh, do I risk the $2,000? Well, I did it. So I was like, but they actually had the best campaign that I've ever been part of. I mean, it was updates all the time. Questions were answered all the time. And it literally showed the improvements of what the product was, evolutioning of the products. Oh, we found a problem. This is what we fixed it. So there was really no guesswork and that's how all these campaigns really should be.
I dealt with JG Maker on their campaign, when they did their IDEX machine, and they were like that as well. They were phenomenal, and even then they were doing live streams talking about what changes they were making and why they were doing it and showing it functioning, and they were like that as well. So there's not a lot of companies who are actually super verbose when they're actually about what they're doing to make it on products when it comes to Kickstarters, and having all those up this makes a world of difference.
What's the name of Rich's new channel he started? Laser Everything or something like that?
I think it's called Laser Everything.
So I'm looking for
Laser Everything's already taken. That's the guy that's been around for a while.
It was him. With two other guys.
Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to find the channel so I can share it. I'm sub, but you know how your YouTube is. You look at all your subscribed groups.
Well, Pete, I have mine, and I use mine all the time, and it prints fine.
A 2x4 water table, that would be pretty good. Because right now I'm looking at just a Eastwood water table. It's like a 4x4. But
you could build a water table.
Yeah, I could. But the problem is right now I need to find a sourcing for metal. I'm tired of going to Home Depot and spending $23 for an 18x24 sheet of metal where I know I could get it a hell of a lot cheaper.
There's no ironmongers around you?
That's why I'm trying to hunt around.
Okay.
Mine is a metal fabrication shop that I do IT work for. So and just look around. I didn't even know they'd be there, except for the fact that they had me fix their computers and their bench press and not bench press, brake press, and they're big. They have like a big 4x8 CNC plasma cutter that can bevel and everything else. So that's fun to play with too. Yeah,
because I have no problems paying like a third-party markup, but not astronomical. Say if I don't want to go to their source where it's a hell of a lot cheaper, but say if they want to sell it to me for a premium price, but not where it's like Home Depot type pricing, then fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, what I do is I just say, hey, next time you go to BMG Metals, can you get me this? Or next time you have a delivery from them, can you get me this?
I mean, I'm not. If I was making like dozens of signs a month or something, where I had my workflow in place and have the orders where I could actually do an order for, a skid a month or something. But that's a lot of metal to burn through for something that only cuts through, 16 by 18 or 24 at a time.
No, absolutely no. I can't use that much metal. What I do is I just ask them to just add a little thing onto their order.
Yeah.
So Pete, I have never had that problem. Are you using the standard RSD or the RSD Pro? I don't have the Pro.
The Laser Maker's Realm. That's it. Laser Maker's Realm. Let me find it now.
Yeah, Laser Everything is. They've been around. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, I was getting them mixed up. Yeah, I don't have that problem with mine. That's weird that you're having that issue.
Okay, here's Rich's new channel, Laser Maker's Realm, where he goes live with a couple other guys that are all into the same field. If you guys would please go subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're into anything to do with lasers or diodes, Rich is a great guy, and he has awesome content.
Yeah, we'll be hanging out with him tomorrow on his stream.
And I shared Tripods.
I'm doing the P1P tomorrow as well. I'm on.
Please go subscribe to Tripods Garage also if you already haven't. I shared his link a bit ago. If you don't have it, I can reshare it.
So, I've already destined my projects for the first few projects I want to do on the P1P, John. And I've modified the design files for the P1P for the sides, and I've created my own with the Astro Printer logo on them. So they'll be done and they'll be printed over the next week or so. You have the P1P, John, don't you?
I do. What? The P1P?
Or do you have the X1?
X1. I have no use for another printer. I mean, I would like to start selling products like you guys, but I would like to get there. But I
don't sell anything I print. Like I do, my printers are mostly for the toys. Is what I use them for. I do some other stuff myself. Doing lasers. I make a little bit of money on lasers. That supports my hobby.
I make no money, but that's my own choice.
To fix that then.
Here,
Yeah.
Phoenix, here's a link, Phoenix. If you want to drop in and show us your lightsaber, here's a link.
Well, I have my sponsors, and I give it to charity. So
I don't have sponsors. I do it all out of my own pocket. So
yeah, I do too. I mean, I do put a lot of money of my own in. So don't get me wrong, but I do want to recover some of the stuff soon, like I showed you guys these. Hopefully, I will get an X amount of money for them, and like I said, they will then resell them in the store. And
there, John. That's a P1P size. I did.
Yeah, what are we looking at? Oh, the
size for
panel,
P1P.
panel. Yeah, the panel. Okay.
Yeah. So put my own logo into it.
Yeah, without holes. That way he can hold heat in if he wants to print anything a little
Well, what I might do is I might take the Astro Printer logo and actually make it a hole, so it's open, and then reprint it. So print the panels in the dark color, and then reprint them in a lighter, like a semi-transparent color. That way, then the lights from inside, because I have the light kit, will actually shine through those, and actually the sides will glow.
Liam, how big is that?
It's 2 pieces, isn't it?
There is more than one piece.
Well, I mean, he can always print it also on
it's 237 wide and 172 high.
Yeah, you can print it on his under 5+ with no problem.
It'll fit in the P1P at an angle.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna print it on the P1P for the P1P?
Yep.
Okay.
Best thing about 3D printers, the printers can print themselves, print their own upgrades, right?
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
It's cannibalism.
Well, if you guys ever need anything big printed, let me know. I've got that guy there. I don't use him very often because he's so big. But
Phoenix Call has a spot welder here, a small spot welder. He wanted to show everybody.
Oh, that's cool.
Picture of it.
Be good for like batteries and stuff like that.
So, Rob, what size is your printer?
Currently the G10 brown board that's in there is 24 inches by 24 inches. But it can take up to 36 inches.
Okay, I have a 5. My own. The largest printer I have myself is a 500 by 500 by 600.
Yeah, the Z on this is. I know I'm mixing imperial and metric, but the Z is like 750.
Excuse me, Rob. It's called freedom units.
Here's his lightsaber right here. Here's Phoenix's lightsaber. Looks good.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, even Joseph Prusa, when I was talking about degrees, when I was talking to him how cold my garage gets, he's like, dude, I don't understand freedom units. So I'm like, okay, hold on. Let me translate that.
Real measurements. I do. I have to say, I admit it. I agree with him. I've learned both. My father was a carpenter that used to use inches. And then I come up through school where we learn inches and millimeters, and my son in school learns both right now. But I far prefer the metric system. It's so much easier.
It's precise. Yeah. It's, metric system is exactly precise. Where working with inches and a quarter of an inch, whatever, 16th, it's not the same. It's not exact. It takes me a while. I wind up getting a tape measure and I start counting with my fingers because I can't remember all the different sizes. A quarter and a half, sure, but it's or an eighth or 16th. I got to think about it. Millimeters is like it's obvious.
Yeah. I say that inches and feet are good for if you're looking at bigger material. But once you get down to more precise measurements, then go to millimeters. That's me.
But you do realize that most of the US is already using the metric system?
Hello.
Yeah.
You do realize that, right?
No, we're in denial, okay?
You're in denial, but you are actually using it.
No.
So your currency is metric. 100 pennies makes $1.
That's Jerry, can't boot this guy. He's okay, I mean.
Oliver Engineer does everything in metric. Thanks, Jerry. I'll remember that.
But the problem is a lot of the products are sometimes still mixed up with metric and standard.
It is.
It's like I just don't get why some bolts literally could be like all 10 millimeters on a car, and then they threw in a 13 or a 16. I'm like, come on, really? So
yeah, no, I agree, but
Hey, Steven.
the only places you really use metric anymore is volume for liquids, miles, and that's the two main, and like mileage and distance. They're the main areas you still use the imperial system today. Everything else is metric in your environment. You just don't realize it. Most people don't realize.
Watching YouTube, we've got 15 viewers on each platform watching a total of 30 people. So that's cool.
Yeah, I prefer metric myself.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
now, well, one thing with the Arc Droid is that when they designed it, it was for either, because in like Fusion, it tells you, when you set up your tool head on here, you want it on metric or freedom units, and the Arc Droid, you can have it on either as well. Which is nice.
Make sure they match, because you don't want to bring over something for the metric.
Of course, yeah.
Because you set it for 100 millimeters and it'll think it's 100 feet.
That's why I don't own any American cars anymore, because for a while, they were all. Well, I own one American car, but for a while they were all Freedom sizes, and then went to Freedom and metric, where the body was metric, but the engine was Freedom because it was an older engine, it grandfathered in, and I just.
Yeah,
that's why I was saying that it still has some of those.
I used to have a 1998 Toyota Tacoma I bought brand new, and it was built in America. And then my Ford F350 that I used to own was built in Mexico. So anyway,
well, they're all built somewhere else now. They're just put together here.
Yeah,
they're all the car that has the most made in the USA is Honda.
I have a 100% made in the USA car right now.
There's not many of those out there anymore.
A Vega or Pinto?
It's from 1966.
Oh, yeah.
Mustang.
No, Mercury Marauder 4-door.
Yeah, but like right today, a Honda, it's the vast majority of even the parts for the Honda are made in the States in the factory. Everybody else, it's all done overseas. They just plug it all together here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's assembled in America and USA, and that's assembled in the USA, and then the FTC, as that argument that was started by Filament Frenzy, is I said I understand where you're going with this. For it was for a printer. I said it's pretty easily said if they're following it right, because there's two phrases: assembled in the USA or made in the USA.
Yeah.
Right. So there's two. It's sourcing parts and everything that's from other countries is assembled in the USA, and then made in the USA.
Hey, John,
everything has to be sourced here.
Years ago on 60 Minutes, I don't remember how long ago, but it was a very long time ago. It was either Japan or China that had a little city called USA. So when they made things, it said made in USA. And I don't know if anybody in chat remembers that, but there was something years ago. It said made in USA, and it was coming from another country. They just had an area called USA.
Oh, by the way, Jerry, you're still every now and again you're getting that video glitch again.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen that the other day on other people, though. I think it was I don't remember, but it was somebody else. I seen the glitching on the video, so I think it was StreamYard rather than my camera.
Yeah, my son's in school, and he's in high school now, but he does both. They learn both measurements in elementary and middle school. You remember he did both.
Construction is typically Freedom units now only, and then like manufacturing is a lot of metric.
Yeah.
So. I mean, that's basically you're never going to take the tape measure away from.
It's more precise. Yeah, it's more precise metric.
Yeah, but for a construction person measuring a 2x4, you're not going to get them to use millimeters.
Okay, don't get me started on this 2x4 stuff, because they're 1.5 by 3.5.
Think shrinkflation for that. That's one of the first shrinkflations was.
They're all smaller. Every one of them are smaller.
The only thing that is actually true now is still a 4x8 sheet of material.
You're correct. Yeah. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, 2x4 is 1.5 inches by 3.5.
There's no new DeLorean. DeLorean is long gone as a company.
No, they're rebuilding it.
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, something that
Jerry just glitched again.
Yeah, I've seen it. You went down there.
Oh, you're watching it on there. Well, I got them both running.
No, I have.
Hey guys, I have to pop off for like 10-15 minutes. I have to do something with my dog. She's going
to go for a power nap.
He's got to go poopy.
No.
Matt has to go for a power nap.
I'm the one that have to take a power nap right now. Yeah.
How are you
I
feeling?
gotta leave in like 20 minutes. It's poker night.
So. Rob, how are you feeling? You bouncing back?
I'm bouncing back. I only threw up once today, so I'm feeling a lot better. So yeah, but and I'm. It's weird because I was so tired all the time that and I'm just so used to pushing myself to the very limit just to get the basic stuff done for the day, that as I started to feel better, I started staying up later and later to get more and more stuff done. And I'm like, I'm getting 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, you have global black. You have panda eyes.
That's not a good idea to do. No. And so I'm like, oh, okay, because now on 4 hours of sleep, I have more energy than I did on 12 or 16 hours of sleep when I was sick. Oh gosh.
Yeah, my brother has the Rona right now. So,
yeah.
Corey, thank you very much for resubscribing. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah, he's had it for almost 2 weeks.
Oh, it wasn't COVID for me. I got a bad tick bite in mid October, mid to late October, and I got several tick-related illnesses that make you tired and grouchy and hurt all the time.
So is that what Jerry's been having for the last couple of years?
I hope not. Because,
I gotta get booted now.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I take Humira shots every other week, and in 2019, I was in perfect health till 2019, and then I had to wear a bag for 6 months, which is horrible, and I had to have a lot of my intestines removed, and now I have bathroom issues that never go away. So that's my life. So anyway,
I'm sorry, Jerry.
It sucks. It's the shit, should I say?
You know what? I won't complain because, in comparison, I don't have any problems.
Yeah.
I didn't until now, and I'm hoping that I'm going to bounce back 100%. I'm already 80 or 90% the way back, I feel. But then again, I'm also like, wow, I didn't know I could feel so good. I didn't know I had so much energy because it was a gradual decline over like 3 or 4 months.
Subsector.
Hey, Subsector.
Hey, Subsector.
Yeah, when I retired, everything went to hell. I mean,
yet.
I was working a zillion hours of construction. I was in really good shape. Everything went great. Then I retired. Then I just quit doing everything, and then my body went to shit. So stay active if you retire is all I can say. If I would have had a desk job my whole life, I'm sure I wouldn't have had these problems. But because I was so active doing things, and then to go from all that to all of a sudden nothing, and then it catches up with you. Be sharing an invite link if anybody would like to drop in. You're welcome to do so and hang out. We'll do the drawing here in about 15 minutes. Do Bang USA in chat. We're going to be drawing for a roll of Ziltech, either PLA, PETG, or ABS. They only ship to America, so that'll be USA only. But if you're outside the country and you like winning, you can donate it to somebody in chat or have it shipped to a U.S. address. All you do is you go to ziltech.com, pick out a roll of their filament, and you let me know. And I'll show the website before we do the drawing.
By the way, Jerry, I checked out. I haven't set up the printer, the P1P yet, but I installed a slicer, and I use the standard default slicing settings that they have for PETG. If I was doing a train today on my existing printers, it takes about 15 to 16 hours to do one, right? On the P1P, with their default settings, I can do a train in 4 hours.
Wow. And you're doing an unboxing Sunday morning on the P1P, right?
Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, yeah.
Will that be on Twitch and YouTube or just Twitch?
I'll do it on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, all of them.
Oh, cool. Very nice. Yeah, I'll definitely make sure I'm awake to watch it.
Yeah, so, but it's, if it can print and stay printing as clean all the time like that, like right now, like I buy PETG in 2.5 kilo spools. So I'll probably get a week out of one of those spools each run.
Hey, 3D Medic Vince, hello, how are you?
Hey, Vince.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of 2.5 kilos that I want to use for printing. So I'll start out with PLA, see how it does, and after that I'll go to PETG and just hit it and just start knocking out toys.
You know, Liam, you should think about to get the multicolored one because the box.
Multicolored what? the AMS.
Yeah, the AMS.
The AMS will not take the big spools. It'll only take 1 kilo spools.
Yeah, I know, but
the only benefit for me is the failover of the AMS.
I have no idea. I don't watch Loyal that often. I'm not sure what big spools he's using.
What I'm saying is, instead of having 4 different colors, have them all in one color. Then when one color runs out, go over to the second one.
Yeah, that would see. But I buy them such big spools, but they all have to be 1 kilo spools.
Hashtag USA, not bang.
So they all have to be 1 kilo, or the 1 kilo spools, the smaller spools. I can't put a larger spool in there.
Yeah,
and I buy when I buy larger spools, they cost less. So I can buy a 2.5. If I buy a 2.5 kilo spool, it's the equivalent of buying 3 or 3.5 kilos of filament. So I save myself. It saves it's cheaper. And if I go with a 10 kilo spool, it'd be the equivalent of buying 6 or 7 kilos, because the rest of it's free because you're buying it because you buy it in big spools, right?
Hashtag USA, guys, not bang, not exclamation. Hashtag.
The biggest spools I've seen is 10.
I think everybody's just doing that to be funny now. So.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, so the biggest spool is 10 kilos I've seen. You might be able to get bigger, but there's no point in them because it's so big and heavy. I'm getting an extruder to pull that spool would be very hard.
Yeah, and if you have to dry it or just using it in general, it's a pain, and then it falls on the floor. Good luck.
Yeah, and when you pull that spool, it's so heavy. When it does start turning, let's say you mount it on bearings, it'll have a tendency to not stop turning because of the motion. So
yeah,
it'll unspin itself.
What's a 5 kilo from Ziltech, the big spool they have, it has a brake on their new system, but I'd rather use smaller spools.
You need a little bit of friction there to stop it from drifting, continuously moving. Yeah. So
here's a funny one. Here's the funniest one yet.
Hashtag. Good one, Steve. Yeah. I'm running out of Polymaker actually. I think I have to.
Yeah. Well, remember when Chris Perillo, they had 49% off on Polymaker that time, like 6 months ago. And then on ModBot last week, they had 49% off. And I wish I could have afforded it at the time. They only ran it for like 5-10 minutes, but that's an awesome time to buy it, getting it 49% off. Polymaker does print really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to print it a little hotter than normal. You don't print it at 95, 98, or 195, 198. You have to print at 2 or 210 is what I find.
I think they got too many types of filament because you get on their website and it's like, well, what do I buy? There's too many to pick from. It's like you go to the grocery store and you walk down the chip aisle, the cereal aisle. It's just like there's too much. It's overwhelming.
I could go down those aisles and just grab what I want. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like, but I do have a problem with their spools and the AMS. So
the AMS doesn't like cardboard spools. Yeah.
If you go to a restaurant, John, and it's got like 10 pages, it's like, what do I order?
That's more like me. Okay, that's me at a restaurant. Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm like,
in all fairness, if you go to a restaurant that's got 10 pages, they're not going to do any food good because they got so many.
Cheesecake Factory. I haven't been there in a long time. They do have good food, but they got a zillion pages.
I hate Cheesecake Factory. Everything I ever buy there is salty. It's so salty.
I can't eat salty, man.
Yeah, it's like me, salty.
You could be missing vitamins in your body. When I was in the hospital, everything tasted bland and at some point salty. If I had one M&M when I was in the hospital while I was being medicated, I took one M&M because I like eating candy. I had to spit it out because it was too sweet because of whatever they're pumping in me. It has a weird reaction.
Yep. So Jesse, that's why I said on someone else's stream that I said there's people are going to just now buy a different manufacturer that works. Okay. If they don't make something to go on there that clips on the outside that works every time, instead of someone trying a 3D printed solution, I've tried them all. They don't work. They need to have an adapter that goes over it, 4 of them or whatever, a 4-pack kit, and that's all you buy, right? And then it works. Then you can keep your cardboard spools. If they vacuum form them, guess what? They cinch it up too much, got your curved edges, and you're never going to get it back again. You put it back and it falls or something. Boom. I'm all air compressor. I'm all for the recycling stuff. I am, but it just doesn't work. And I have my own sponsors.
Well, I like the idea of the lock together spool, so you can buy it spoolless and you lock it on and then you just reuse them. That's fine. That's ecologically friendly, right?
So, you see the guy that had on Twitter, I don't know who it was, he had the broken spool. It's like, oh, bummer. But then he glued it back on. He glued the piece back in it for his AMS. Now, John, you got the Bambooth AMS, right? And you're saying that the printed rings don't work very well? So I have to use plastic rings because cardboard will slip or it won't work, won't spin properly?
Yeah, so sorry, the air compressor's kicked on. But yeah, I tried different versions, and there's too much variation in their cardboard to keep it to stay on. So I think the best solution is a screw in. Maybe I'll just design it myself. That screws in and locks it in place.
Well, they have the Bamboo have the 3D printed spools, so you can buy the spoolless filament and lock it in, and it's done.
He's talking about if you use Polymaker or Ziltech or some other filament.
Well, yeah, then you have Ziltech.
You have to rewind it. You can't just take it off and throw it on it. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to cut the spool off.
Yeah, John, the first time the air compressor came on, it was loud. The second time, it was noise cancellation. It wasn't very loud the second time.
Liam, have you ever used one of those spools?
Which ones?
The re-spool.
I've used some before, but the ones that Bamboo Labs have designed, they have actually clicks and locks in place, so it won't undo itself.
And then Tim on his channel, what was it last week? He forgot to lock it.
Yeah,
and while printing, it dumped everywhere on the floor.
Oh, on the floor. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. He says, "I'm going to
have to kill you. Turn it, and then you get click. When you hear the click, you're good."
Yeah. No, I was going to say it's. I get the transfer part. That's the transfer from one roll to another. But you have to unwind the whole one to get it. And that's why I told Polymaker, make a transfer one, right? That you could just have a zip tie or something, and you just put it on there, unclip it, and then you're done. Or you need to come up with a solution, like I said, where it basically, you have a threaded insert and two rigid sides and lock it in that way so it's compatible for the AMS.
You've been lucky, Pete, because a lot of people are having problems with a lot of spools in it. And you're also lucky that your AMS hasn't got that cracked bracket issue that they're trying to rework.
What is that, a bearing or something, John?
Yeah, there's
push popped in, it's cracking.
Plastic fit bearings, pressure fit bearings, and one of the mountings cracks and allows the bearing to move, and that causes it to clog, stops it from functioning.
Yeah, so far I haven't really used mine, to be honest with that, because I got so much other stuff going on. But I saw the one from was Stefan, not Stefan. Who was the one that did it? Maker's Muse.
Angus.
He pointed that out in his last video.
So, it looked like he put a metal tab on it with a Phillips.
He tried it; it didn't work.
Yeah,
it didn't solve it. He said.
Well, maybe when I get mine, they'll be updated. But more than likely, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm going to order it Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, and I don't think they've solved it yet. So I don't think
ship it at the end of the month. So
I don't think they've released a fix for that, Jerry, yet. So they haven't solved it yet. I think they need to replace that whole mounting unit with metal. So that way, then it can't snap.
Well, if they do update it, when I do my video on it or videos, it'll be really cool. Then I can change my thumbnail and go, look, there's something different. They changed it.
Oh, you've got to revise it
like everybody else's video.
Guys, check the chat. Jesse's making a comment.
I saw that. He said he's got a revised version. I didn't know they had one out yet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's very good. I didn't know they'd fixed that yet.
Yeah, mine was the Kickstarter, so I have the original. So.
Jesse, is it a piece of metal? Does it look the same? Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, because they're pressure fit, they should be metal because pressure fit into plastic's going to give.
Jesse, shoot me a picture, or either drop in if you want to drop in, or shoot me a picture. I'd love to see it. What the fix is, if you want to share that, or if you have time.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see, because you're putting ABS under pressure, and it's not going to. It's only going to be over time before it gives. When it's under any strain, you know.
I'll have eggs down here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big problem with it. That anywhere where there's stuff mounted or motion, it should be metal, or at least plastic where it holds metal.
I can't believe that. Oh, I can't. That they basically won. Matt basically it was him. Won another
5 times sticker. Okay.
Well,
Where was that from? What stream was that from that he won?
Who?
Matt's wife.
Oh, she won on Loyal Stream, I think it was.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that he ever gave away one.
He gave away a P1P, I think it was. Yeah.
I drop in once every couple of weeks. I don't watch Loyal that much because the streams are so long, and I'm usually doing something else. I drop in occasionally and say hi, hang out for just a little bit. And
They're just too late for me. Same with Chris Perillo. Like I get out of bed at 4 a.m. most days because I have to bring my son for swimming and stuff in the mornings. So I'm up at 4 a.m. I'm not staying up after. Like if you get me up after, if I'm out of bed anytime after 10 o'clock, that's rare for me at most cases because I'm just destroyed by 10 o'clock in the evening. I don't even think I remember. I remember actually. You know, you normally get into bed and you get settled. Half the time I don't even remember that. I get into bed, pull a cover over my head, hits the pillow, goes, "Gone, I'm done, I'm gone."
Thank you, Jesse. He sent me a picture on Facebook. Let's see. Let me share it. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here, but maybe somebody that has one can explain it.
I saw some of the videos on the
tripod.
YouTube.
Maybe you can explain it.
Yeah. Oh, I see the difference.
Probably here and here, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because here's where it usually cracks. I think it's cracking in here, and they beat this up better. I think that's what I'm seeing. So that'll be good.
Yeah, because the one I saw, the ones I've seen, like they had the issue, the front part of it, especially the part on the bottom of the image, Jerry, it was much thinner, and that's where it gave away.
Okay. Thanks, Jesse.
Yeah, so I guess the one that he, Maker's Muse, should have said this was on the original one. That that because he didn't back the Kickstarter, or I don't know if he's trying to remember at the beginning of the video if he had the original one.
He had the original.
They sent it to him. I don't know.
I think they sent it to him. Yeah.
But I mean, it should have been some clarification then on it, because if Jesse's got it, then that fix has been out for a while, and he, All right, I gotta drop off. So,
well, thank you, Tripod, for coming by. Appreciate it, John.
John,
keep up the great work and great videos.
Ciao.
You too.
Absolutely, be well.
Have a great day.
Yes.
Take care, man.
Let's give away some filament, guys. And Ziltech.com, they're based out of Texas. Their filament is made in China strictly for them. Supposedly, they own the company. They have filament, extrusion, electronics, motors. As you can see here, they have a little bit of anything and everything. When I built my Hypercube, which is 400 by 400 by 500, I got the kit from them, which they no longer sell. But they got all kinds of everything. And we got Matt dropping back in. Hello, Matt.
Yeah.
And as far as for filament, during the pandemic, they were out of everything. And now I think they pretty much got everything back in. But they've got tons of, a little bit of everything. Let's check out their PLA, as for instance. They got these big giant 5K spools. I have a roll of white right now, a PET G, and it's just too damn big. And it's just sitting behind the printer right now. I need to do something with it. But the rainbow is really nice. Their army green I printed with. They got a lot of nice stuff here. Here's their Nico black. I think they got one named after Uncle Jesse here too.
I've used their PET G and their PLA, mostly PET G. A lot of PLA actually as well.
Yeah.
And I like it. I have to say, I've got a long-standing preference of IC3D because I use them a lot, and they're very close to me. I can get delivery overnight from them because they're only 4 hours. I could drive down to their office in 4 hours and pick stuff up there and then if I want to. But,
you have an affiliate form and you get 5% off your total order if you use my link. Before the pandemic, it was 15% off your order, but now things have changed. So now it's 5%. So do I ever see any affiliate money? Yeah, maybe once a year. It's really rare that I make anything on affiliate with them. But they do have
good material.
I've never had any trouble with their filament. Years ago, I guess they had a lot of problems with filament, but they haven't since then. That I know that I've heard of.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the giveaway link. And everybody, let me turn on everybody hashtag USA in chat if you want to take a chance on winning. If you're outside of the U.S., it has to do with somebody in the U.S. You turn off that banner. Let me share this so we can see it. And we got 21 entries. 21 entries. So hashtag USA in chat for a chance on winning. And like I said, if you win, I will give. You can go to ziltech.com, or I can give you the link. You'll pick out something. You let me know what type of filament and what color you want, and then I'll contact my rep. I just need your shipping address. And if you win and you don't want it, give it to somebody else. I can redraw, but it needs to go to somebody in the USA. And here we go, guys. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Joe, are you in chat? Joe Velasco, are you in chat? I think he is. He just entered hashtag
he just
USA
a moment ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats, Joe.
Congratulations.
In chat.
And are you in the USA, Joe?
Yes, I am. There he is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Are you stateside?
Yes, he is.
Joe, go to ziltech.com, pick something out, let me know. I'll get it sent out to you. Here's my email address. If you don't have any other way of getting hold of me, you can hit me on my email.
Is it true that certain types of filament you're not allowed to have in California?
Congratulations. I don't know. California's got a lot of weird laws and all kinds of stuff, so I don't know.
I don't know about filaments, but I think they have restrictions on electronic. A lot more restrictions on electronics and resins. I don't know about how restricted they are on filaments.
Phoenix is not that he knows of, but yeah, a long time ago, I've heard different things about different things with California. They're different.
Yeah, if that was the case, they would say they would actually list California as not available.
Yeah. Yeah, some products you go to buy them and says not available in California, will not ship to California. So, but congratulations, Joe. And Ziltech allows me to give away 3 rolls a month, so I do 3 weeks in a row. And for some reason, I got to skip the last week. They don't give me any filament for doing this. I just do it to be doing it. I'm allowed to give something to the community, so they donate to me. That's why I do it.
So, what restrictions does it put on filament, Joe, in California? Is there certain manufacturers you can't buy from, or certain types of filament? Like you can't get ABS, or you can't get nylon, or whatever. What are the restrictions?
Check my PayPal, see if I got any donations come in. Pick the pictures with a car in it. I hate doing this.
What's inside in them? Okay.
Yeah.
Lead PLA. No, you can't get lead PLA. That's funny.
How about radioactive PLA?
Glow in the dark is radioactive, kind of.
Yeah.
Well,
cat litter's radioactive.
Hmm?
Cat litter's radioactive.
What is?
Cat litter.
Oh, the clay in it, you mean?
Yeah.
Uranium PG.
Uranium 354.
Oh, you don't want that stuff. So, glow in the dark filament has an additive. It's not really radioactive. I was kind of joking on that, but what it acts like it is, because the way it works is when you shine the UV light on it, it absorbs UV, and through a weird thing that happens in quantum physics, the energy should not get out, but there's a quirk in quantum physics that allows a small amount of it to escape, and the way the energy escapes is a bit like half-life of the radioactive decay half-life. That the energy that goes in for the first hour, half will come out. For the second hour, half of that will come out. So we'll go down to a quarter of brightness. For the third hour, half of that will go. So we'll go to an eighth.
Jesse just shared this with me. Bamboo X1 and AMS community spool list. I shared the link in chat. I guess it's a compatibility list.
Nice. Is Yusu in there? I bet they are. They are because they're plastic spools.
Thank you, Jesse.
Matt, do you still need me to print that lithophane thing?
If you want to.
Okay, I will. I'm sorry. You gave it to me I think right around Earth, and I was overwhelmed. I was going to do it after that, then immediately got sick
Oh,
afterwards.
what?
So.
Yeah, I told you whenever you have time, just
Let
print
me
it. I
just
mean,
change out stuff on my printer, Jerry. I'll be with you in a second.
I'm just curious if it works, you know.
Yeah.
Because I did thought about to get a miniature bell printer from you to print those. But I need to have a duo head for it, an IDEX.
Belt printers don't do flat things, like laying down things, very well.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah?
Can't you just do a layer change, pause the print when you get halfway up when it changes color, and do a swap? That way you can do 2 colors.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing with them. But
Okay.
I want to have an IDEX, so I don't have to do this.
Yeah, I understand. Because if you forget it, or you're in the bathroom, you're watching TV, and it's like, oops, the print's already done. I forgot to do a change. Yeah.
Yep. It happened to me a few times.
Yep.
And I'm toying with a new kinematics design for a modified Core XY that has 2X carriages for IDEX for a belt printer.
Are you back 100% now, Rob, doing stuff, or are you still working on it?
Still working on it. I'm maybe at like 80% of my normal capacity. I mean, I just removed some prints off a printer, and I hadn't printed for like a month and a half at one point. But I am opening CAD again and doing CAD again, which is nice. I'm enjoying it. But no, it's playing around with the idea of not playing around. I'm gonna try to make a open source IDEX belt printer.
Maybe makes the IDEX so that you can change the position from 45 degrees to 90 degrees.
There's already designs out there. You'll get nailed for copyright. You need to be very careful about it. There's already some like that out there.
What if you come up with your own design?
Yeah, because the mechanism of doing that is copyrighted.
Well, if I'm not
you create your own mechanism.
It doesn't matter. You can get in trouble. I'd be very careful about it because
how?
Okay,
how
let's put it this way: you're printing an upright at 90 degrees on a belt is copyrighted by Stratasys.
Well,
flipping from this to this, or printing at 45 is not, or flipping from one to the other is not, but is copyrighted by other companies.
Liam,
so careful.
The Ender Infinite or something like that. There's a kit that you can do that puts a belt on a 90-degree Ender 3.
I know.
It does exactly that.
I know, and but officially, that's breach of copyright law for Stratasys.
Okay, what company in the U.S. patented having a heated chamber on a 3D printer like my Kitty iFast or my Chitty iFast?
I'm not.
One company had a patent on it in the U.S. When their patent ran out, then Chitty,
probably Stratasys.
Then they started doing it.
It's probably Stratasys.
Patent, so
yeah, I know, but it's probably Stratasys because they have a whole pile of patents. Like, we often say FDM. The term FDM is copyright Stratasys. You can't use it. That's why all the manufacturers you see from now use FFF because that term is actually copyrighted.
Oh, it's like saying what was it? Olympics. If you say the 3D printer Olympics at 3D HP, I can't say that because I'm in trouble because I can't use the word Olympics in anything because that's copyrighted.
Yeah, but you can say Olympus. Olympus is not.
Olympics.
Yeah, but
my camera's not even looking at me.
Yeah,
but
Come on, FDM, over here. Which is forced deposition manufacturing, is copyright by Stratasys. So no other company is allowed to use it. But FFF, forced filament fusion, is not.
Or let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. That's trademark. You can't say it. So that other dumbass.
That is trademark.
What's the other guy say? Come on. What's the other thing? The other guy says, not let's get ready to rumble. That's for boxing. The UFC says something. It's time. Yeah, that's what he said.
What was the one that was it? Let's Get Ready to Rumble was WrestleMania, wasn't it? WWE.
No, it's on boxing.
Well, one of them it was the wrestling guys. They had a term, and they actually went after somebody for using that terminology when they weren't licensed. So
everybody's
recently.
always suing everybody.
In the last 12 months,
they must all be Americans, right?
Goal is the Southern Hemisphere's way. Soccer.
I don't know. Always something.
But when they say Phoenix is about 500 O's, it's go until they run out of air.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see the Bamboo Labs. I know how little it is when I see it on videos. I know how big my enders are. Am I going to be shocked when I take it out and actually look at the $1,600 unit?
You will look at it and you'll say, wow, that's not really that big. But not everybody prints big objects, right? So like when you oversize stuff to 300%, then that's a different story.
Well, look at the problem I had today. All those Frag Knits models of the Thundercats that I sold today, they were all like 300%. They're huge models. They're really cool, but good luck trying to sell them. And years ago, I tried to sell them for a great deal of money. I could never move them when I first printed them all. So today, I sold the whole table for $200. The right person came up with the sun. Bam, bought them. So 8-foot table or 6-foot table full of models. I finally sold them.
Yeah, but I think you'll be surprised at its volume being small, the print area, but you have enders, smaller enders, so you're kind of okay with that size, right? You print on stuff for the floor, but I think if it's as clean and as fast.
My friend Jared here in Vegas, these are his printers, his setup. He was a Prusa fanboy forever, and he had bought in on the XL, which never shipped a year and a half ago. So he finally got his money back there, I don't remember if he ever got charged or not. He bought the X1 Carbon first, and then he bought the P1P, and he's been loving them. And he still has small one next to it.
Why don't you swing over to his place and then have a look at it?
Yeah, he lives clear across town somewhere. I've never visited yet.
But arrange it before.
Yeah, he's invited me to come over. Wanted to. Here's a print that he did a few days ago on it, multicolor.
That's insane.
Nice. And that's with the AMS because you can do color changes and stuff. Actually, there's another company who's coming out who already had a machine the same size as the X1, and they've actually resized. They're actually resizing it right now.
Thanks, Joe.
300 by 300. Now I don't know how good the machine is. No, they've showed pictures of it. It looks great, but I've never seen it. Like nobody's got this machine in their hands yet. If this machine could be a 300 by 300 bed that can with clipper that can do, and it's Core XY, so it doesn't have like an AMS on it, but for single color, this might be something that will actually stand up to the X1 minus the AMS functionality. So there is one coming. Now it doesn't have LiDAR either, I believe.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people have the LiDAR. They like, wow, that's cool, and they turn it off. I don't know. I don't have it yet. I don't know how often I'll run it. I'm retired. I'm not in a hurry. So if it takes 7 or 8 minutes before the print starts, I really don't care.
It could, because it goes through its calibration before every print. So it takes a few minutes to get started.
Just have to see how loud it is in the house. I mean, my printers make noise.
Noisy.
Yeah, my printers make noise. I can hear them in another room, how loud this will be. I've heard of people in compartments have the neighbors saying, hey, what the hell are you doing all night? I heard all this electronic noise.
It's going to be much louder than anything you have today, Jerry.
We'll see. Well, it ain't much louder than me or my wife when we get mad at each other. But
I'm not going to answer that question. But
oh, and she's all for it, guys. Yeah, I'm sitting there, I've been talking about printers, and she doesn't like talking about 3D printers because that's all I ever talk about. As she'll tell you, all I ever talk about is something to do with 3D printing, whether it's lasers, painting, resin, whatever. But she wanted me to get the bigger one instead of the P1P. I'm like, wow, yeah, but it's over double the price. I mean, I can kind of justify it if you figure you buy the P1P, you add the AMS to it. It's like, okay, now I have those. I don't have the upgraded screen, the LiDAR, and all these other things I could have. So if I spend another $330, I can have everything. Fine, spend the money. I'm slowly selling stuff, and people are donating to me, so it'll help. It'll work out.
Yeah, but the way I see it is because and they're adding.
And I can make videos. I can do videos, and I can try to be different than everybody else.
It's not built in. You choose the option in the slicer, and it will actually do the print. It'll record for you onto the SD card on the printer. So we'll see how it prints tomorrow. We'll do a first print tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's going to be noisy. because when you're moving that fast, you're going to get friction noise.
I got a question for you, Pets. What about if you have something really big on the build plate, LiDAR is turned on, now your print won't fit. Is it still going to run the LiDAR and your print's going to be right over top of it and you got a mess? That's what I'm thinking.
That's a good question.
If your print volume is too big and LiDAR is accidentally turned on, then it might try to draw right over top of it, and then it's going to just turn into a mess on your first layer.
Well, isn't the LiDAR only is part of it's for leveling, but it's also used for
Well, it draws a bunch of lines and stuff.
Getting your extrusion rates.
Yeah, I've seen a video the other day. It's somebody done on the Wham Bam. I'm not sure who it was, but I like the video. I like the flex plate. I've been watching everybody's videos on both printers. No matter how big or small the channel is, I'm watching everything from everybody.
Yeah, but they say PEX is they say PEX is not. They say the PEX is bad for Apache.
Okay. Yeah, if I get the printer and like it, I'll contact Wham Bam and see if they'll send me out one. With my resin printers, they have in the past, so they may or may not. I'll see.
I've heard someone say that. Well, I think someone said the PEX is bad for Apache. Or you printed it? Because I've heard somebody else say they've actually damaged the PEX because of it. Whereas when they went the PEI, that problem went away.
Mm-hmm. I would like to know if the X1 Carbon still comes out with that cool sheet they want you to put glue stick on. I know it used to, but does it currently? And somebody said that they heard that if the X1 Carbon had a flex sheet, textured sheet, it would mess up the LiDAR or something. I don't know. Did they change?
I think it comes with PEI now.
Does it come with a different sheet, or it still comes with the cold sheet that they want?
It's double-sided, isn't it?
He says it does, but I'm not sure what he's answering to.
Yeah, but isn't it double-sided? On the X1, you have the texture side and the cold, and then you flip it over to the smooth side, which is the engineering side.
Yeah, you got to put glue stick on it so it'll release. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you tried nanopolymer instead of glue stick? Pete?
Well, you want it to release. You don't want it to bond. If you use nanopolymer, you're going to make it bond better.
Well, no, nanopolymer acts as a release agent also.
I tried that on glass, nanopolymer with PETG, and I broke my glass. And I used nanopolymer, and it said that it would work on mirror. I used it on my mirror, my thick 1/4-inch mirror, and I don't normally break things, but I did one time. I could not get it to release.
I use nanopolymer on G10 and on glass right now, and it works great.
Okay. How much you put on? I put quite a bit on. As it's heating up, I just take a little brush and wipe it everywhere.
I put on nanopolymer, and I haven't reapplied it in about 3 months. I didn't need to.
Okay.
So I only add when I need to. So
let me check that PayPal. Thank you very much, Joe. Let me check that.
Yeah. So nanopolymer, most of the time you put it on and you leave it on. You don't have to reapply it. You only have to reapply it if you take the parts off when the bed is hot, because it takes it off with it. But when the bed cools, you can actually hear it popping off the build surface. So I just let it go cold, and then I take the parts off.
Wow, Rob Meek, thank you very much for the $10. Joe Velasco, thank you very much for the $10. I appreciate it, guys. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I won't be using the X1. I have the P1P, and I think that comes with PEI sheet, if I remember correctly. Find out in the morning.
If anybody would like to donate to my X1 Carbon Fund, PayPal is a lot faster than YouTube. YouTube, they take their third out, and I got to wait a month to get it. But if anybody did donate or does want to, PayPal is the fastest way to help me out. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's totally not necessary. It's not going to affect my quality of my streams. I'm always going to be here every Saturday inviting people in, but and I'm not going to go on and on about I need this, I need that. But if you like to help, that's awesome.
The quality of the stream is always going to be bad because there's people like us on here.
And we haven't started talking about food yet, but we will.
I have to drop off in a while anyway, Jerry, because I have to get some stuff done. I have a lot to do. I have to get organized for tomorrow.
I got another 40 minutes. I'll be on for at least 3 hours. I invited Nero in, and he got back with me, and he says he's always busy on the weekends with his family. And I said, well, any time between 1 and 3, even if he dropped in for 10 or 20 minutes, it'd be awesome to have you. So he gave me a thumbs up, but I don't know if it'll happen or not. But everybody's always welcome. But people, I know you're busy on the weekends, and I don't know what day would ever be a good time to change the stream. I'm always here at 1, I guess I'll just stay at one because different people work around each other when they can. Hey, Zombie, how you doing? Liam just bought a P1P. He'll be doing an unboxing tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Pacific. And I'm going to be ordering next one carbon next Monday or Tuesday when I get my new credit card to mail because my cash funds are slowly growing, but I don't have quite enough. So unfortunately, I took out a third credit card so I can wing it and then hopefully pay the card back right away and get it paid off. But I'll let everybody know online when I get that ordered, but hopefully Monday or Tuesday when FedEx shows up with my card to mail. Because I don't have a number to work with. There's no way I can buy it. If they took PayPal, I could have bought it already, but they don't. They only take a major credit card to the Bamboo. And something strange that most people may not know with Bamboo, if you order the P1P, the AMS unit by itself, or the X1 carbon, they charge you the same tax on each item. So they just predetermined a set amount, and that's what they're throwing on everything, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, I have a lot of organizing to do before I can stream tomorrow. My work area is like a bit of a pigsty right now, so I need to start.
Are you going to have two camera angles, like maybe one down looking at it, or one straight on, or I don't know?
I'll have the main camera. I normally have two cameras at all times. Where I position it, one's going to be mobile, so I can move it around. I may at some point, depending, take my face off camera altogether, just keep my voice on it when it's ready to print, and then point my main camera down at the printer.
Oh, something else I'm going to do before I forget. When I do any videos, which I will do on the X1 Carbon when I get it, either at the beginning of the stream, the middle, or at the end, it will have a list of everybody that donated to help me buy that X1 Carbon. I don't think I should list people's amounts, but I will list everybody.
Yeah, don't do amounts.
Like Lightspeed gave me $100. Maybe I'll make his name bigger than everybody else and have a list of everybody. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But I will definitely list everybody that donated to me on my videos.
Thanks, Felix.
I really appreciate it.
So yeah, I have engraving I have to get done tonight. I have more of those sticks to get done.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to list everybody.
Yeah. So,
and sometimes when I do live streams, I always check my email, but like I think it was 2 weeks ago, I got a donation and it didn't show up, and I seen them on PayPal after the stream was over. So I done a shout out on Twitter to that person, and I think I seen him on DeWitt stream. I seen he was in chat, so I thanked him there also. But I always try to do a shout out whenever I get donations to people.
Audio, Matt.
Yeah.
We're picking up your camera, I think.
All right, hold on.
There we go.
Now, he just muted himself until he figures it out. It's not using his headset. It seems to be picking up the camera.
Here's a picture Phoenix just sent me. I seen this on a Loyal stream. I guess this is his print setup he has going on.
That's nice.
Looks nice.
Yeah, I have a filament dryer. I only use it for real hydroscopic stuff. Like I'll use sometimes with PETG, but I mostly use it with if I was doing like ASA or anything like that, I would use the dryer, and I do a reverse Bowden setup to feed it. Like with the P1P, it's already built as a reverse Bowden setup because you have the Bowden coming out of the printhead, but the printhead is direct drive. Because of that's so basically I just run.
Better now?
Yeah. So I basically
I just got another donation on PayPal for $10 from Peter Savos, I think is his name. I can't pronounce it right. Thank you very much, Peter. I'm not sure who you are on StreamYard or on YouTube or Twitch, but thank you very much for the $10. I really appreciate it.
Oh, okay, nice, Zombie.
Hey, Zombie.
Yeah,
there you go.
I have a different.
Peter. Thank you. Pete Savos. I wasn't realizing that was your name in chat. Okay, thank you, Pete. Appreciate it.
Should I build a shroud for my 3M Pro for my laser? What do you mean by shroud? Hey, Tom. Welcome. Again. No, but you have to encase your laser. You have to. It's bad. It's dangerous, and you have to be able to watch it as well. Never turn it on and leave the room. You stay in the room with it, and have a fire extinguisher in the room with it, and then be able to turn off the power away from the laser. So whatever's feeding the laser should be an extension lead, and you should be able to get to that on your way to the door and not have to go around the lasers. You can kill power and have a fire extinguisher there. Doesn't matter. You should still shroud. I have mine in an enclosure.
And we've always heard of using boxes or plastic bags to cover printers if you want to do ABS. Somebody done a video where they took their bamboo P1P box, they cut a slit in it for the spillman holder, and they said, "Pop, now you have an enclosure." Then he cut a door in it with a knife so you can open up and check the print and just close the cardboard door, which works perfectly fine. It may not look great.
Mine is actually a printer enclosure that I actually run my lasers in. And I have a CO2 laser that's in its own metal case. But yeah, never run a laser without being enclosed in some way to protect your eyes, or somebody walks into a room, and because the laser beam itself doesn't hit your eye. It's the UV light given off when it's burning the material is what gets to your eyes.
When I'm in the garage with my lasers, having the door cracked or open, I have dogs that run around. So I put up a skirt around the bottom of the laser. So when they look up at the table or from a distance, they can't see that beam. I just put like little blocks of wood or whatever around the outside of the laser. That way there's no way they can see it. But yeah,
I like Ivan's stuff. I'm inside of my enclosure that I have my laser. I put a camera in the roof looking down on the print so I can see what's going on. I also have a fume extractor from the back of the enclosure out the window that I can open, that I can take in and out, and it's got an inline fan that actually sucks the fumes out of there. And you have to be also careful about what materials you engrave. Like you don't laser engrave. A lot of plastics you can't laser engrave. It's dangerous. They're poisonous. The fumes
Angus from Maker's Muse did a really good couple videos on laser engraving and safety and what you can burn, what you can't burn, and so on and so forth. So, that's my recommendation. Anybody
even if you're using a cutting torch with a proper shield, or doing anything with a proper shield, it will still bother your eyes over time.
Yeah.
It may not last forever, but you may see spots. Any kind of a laser with any kind of protection over time will bother your eyes. So if you can have an enclosure, that's awesome. If you can't and you're wearing glasses, try not to look at it much. But over time, nothing is foolproof. Nothing is perfect.
Yeah, I use my K40 all the time. I mean, it is the most heavily used machine that I have, other than a handful of my printers. But my laser is always busy. My laser is the only thing that makes me a little bit of side money that I use to support my 3D printing stuff.
Yeah, I'm selling most of my diodes. I'm going to keep 2 of them and sell the rest. Right now, I've got my Focus online for, I think, 120. I take 100 for it, local pickup in Vegas. I got my Comgro Z1 5-watt with an enclosure, with their fume extractor, with a honeycomb bed, the smaller one, and with the rotary roller. And what am I asking for it? That's reasonable. I think like 220, but it's local only. I'm selling it local. I don't want to take it apart and box it up.
Yeah, I'm going to probably thin out some of my stuff somewhat because I want to make room for other stuff. That I don't have a place for my P1P, so I'll have to make room for it. So I
know same with me.
I'm
thinking about to just take my oldest G-Tech printer and take it apart, harvest it for the parts, so I have spare parts, and then just chuck all the metal what I don't need in the recycling.
Don't chuck the extrusion. The extrusion is
no. The bottom piece here. This bottom piece, the metal. This whole piece is a big metal piece box, and I'm just gonna get rid of it. And I'm just gonna keep the gantry, the hot end. I take out the motherboard and the LED screen. Anything with electronic, I will take out. And even some of the rails I will keep and save, because I'm thinking about to take that rail, put it on that rail, because I know that rail, when I put my BL Touch on it, I accidentally hooked it up in the wrong side, and it went like wham.
Oh yeah, you don't want that
thing. and
I have two.
Kind of give a little bend in it, but I bended it out, and it's okay. It prints fine, but I still can see the difference.
I wouldn't go with an all acrylic shield. I would go with an all blacked out shield, so you can't see anything, and have a window where you can look inside. That's actually red. That's actually a red acrylic. That way, and a dark red acrylic, and that way, then it's at least it's going to filter. And even then, when you're looking through the shield, depending on how good the shield is, you may even want to consider wearing glasses even with that. But
yeah, don't they have a certain frequency lasers?
Well, yeah, you have to get the right. You need to get the right type of stuff for it.
But what you can make
camera is the best way. So if you get a camera and you bind the camera inside the enclosure, then at least the camera you're not looking at with your naked eye, and you can actually get the glasses for the lasers. Get the lens out of one of those glasses. You can buy them online. They're not super expensive, and put it over the camera. And it's not to protect the camera; it's to kill the brightness, so you can actually see what the laser is doing. Because otherwise, if you have a green lens over it or a red lens, it will filter out most of the light, so you can actually see what the laser is doing. Otherwise, a naked camera lens will get blinded by the light reflecting off the camera.
If you put the plastic sheets out on the side, couldn't he do something? I know you can get film and then put it over the plastic.
No, film wouldn't, because it's too thin. There's not enough obstruction of light.
Because I have UV filters, like film UV filters.
No, but it's brightness that you're dealing with. UV is one frequency of light. There's lots of others. There's a blue and there's so on coming off it. So having a filter over it is way better. And you can get a pair of glasses, like laser glasses. Take one of the lenses and stick it over the camera that's in the enclosure, and you're done. Why do it the hard way when you can do it the easy way?
I have two original CR10s. My second ever printer I sold last week to a guy for $260. I had an easy ABL on it, filament runout sensor, solid mounts, flex plate from TH3D on all that stuff. It had a big Tree Tech board in it because I took out the original quality board. I got tired of replacing them, and it worked fine. I sold it for $260. My original CR10, my first printer ever, has a thermal runaway issue on the bed. So I took the bed off, flipped it over, I peeled off all the I put silver tape
heating
on
element.
Heating pad. I put a pad on it, like TH3D did a long time ago. I peeled that back. I realized that the thermistor wasn't making good contact. So I taped it down real good with the Kapton tape, put it all back together, started to print, and my print started doing eventually, and then I had a thermal runaway on the hot end. So I took it apart and replaced the thermistor on the hot end. Put it back together, started to print. Then I had another problem on the bed. Took it back apart, replaced the thermistor this time. I spliced it in about a foot and a half long. I don't want to go all the way to the control box. Too much trouble. I go down the line, I cut it, I wire it in. I heat shrink it in. Put it all back together, and then I had another bed error. The print got most of the way done, and then had another problem on the bed. So now I'm going to replace bed wires. It's like son of a bitch.
It's probably the wires going back is probably what it is.
Something. I'm thinking I might have a bad ground because it happened on the bed again.
Maybe
it was holding 60 and then it dropped down to like 57, kicked a runaway.
So Pete,
and it didn't take it off.
Are you going, Rob? Take care, man.
Take care, Rob. Have a great night. Have a great day.
Take care, man.
Thank you for joining.
So Pete, a K40 is a CO2 laser. Does not emit any light when it's cutting. So I wouldn't worry about it so much on the K40. It's the diode lasers that emit visible light. That's the one that will blind the camera. A K40, there's no real light given off.
Lightburn makes a camera. I used a C270 that I mounted in it with double-sided tape. I printed a bracket and I mounted that in. So when the lid's up, it aims straight down. When the lid's closed, it's looking at a print. It will slightly pivot. And then I got that plugged into a powered USB hub. They can plug multiple things in. It's got a Gerbil board in the K40. Then I just tether that with a cord like 25 foot long into my PC when I run Lightburn if I want to look at what's going on. I just use a simple camera. A C270, I think they've had them out years ago. I had plenty of them.
And Phoenix, any USB camera will work.
Yeah.
Any USB camera will work. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Mika Steve. Hello. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Yeah. I use $35 webcams is what I use for it, and it works perfect.
I usually don't use it to line anything up on the K40. I just monitor my prints. That way I'm sitting there at my computer watching a movie, doing whatever. It's in another room. I can keep an eye on what's going on with the lid shut by having a camera on it.
I don't have a cohesion board. I use I don't use Lightburn on my K40. I use K40 Whisperer, and that works fine for me because I run on a Raspberry Pi. You can't run Lightburn on a Raspberry Pi.
My board came from a company in Australia, and I can't think of the name of it. It's something
cohesion.
Gerbil.
It's a cohesion board.
No, it's not a cohesion.
No,
Cohesion 3D. The board costs a lot more money. I can't think of the name, but the girl on the YouTube channel, she's Australian. She's like 16 years old. I bought the board a few years ago. I can't think of the name of it. It's something Gerbil. It's a Gerbil board. I can't think of the name of the board though. And it was like $80 or something. Cohesion is like, I think 200, 250. It's really expensive.
I haven't done that on mine.
Yeah.
But right now I run the K40 Whisper on a Raspberry Pi, and it does what I need. It's a Pi 4 with 8 gig.
Take care, Phoenix. Thanks for stopping by.
You can run Windows on it, but the problem is the processor. Lightburn is not supported by the Atom processor. By the processor in the Pis, it won't run.
Oh, I just gave you a bone.
And I met the guys at Murph from Lightburn. I spoke with them, and they have no plans to support it. So, I would like to go. Because I have Lightburn. I would like to put Lightburn on over there, but I can't. So K40 Whisperer, I just FTP up the file, and then I just run it and I just load it up in K40 and run it, and I can watch it I can monitor it on my tablet when the job is done. But it's in the room right beside me though.
I'm scrolling through my YouTube channels, my subscriptions to try to find the name of that company.
Just Google it. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, they're out of Australia. I don't remember the name, but it's like an $85 board. It's a Gerbil board. I can't think of the name of it though.
I'll find them in a minute.
That's because I'm old and forgetful.
It's not monoport. It's
No, they're out of Australia.
Yeah.
Way back when I got the K40 on all the websites for K40, they were talking about the cohesion board or this other company, and that's where I originally found out about it.
Ah, crap! I forgot that.
Yeah. I think I know the guys you're talking about. I can't remember their names.
Awesome Tech.
Okay.
Awesome.tech. Okay, I'll share it in chat. Here's where my board came from if you guys want to look at it. I don't know if they still sell them, but this is what I put in my K40. There's a link right there. Awesome.tech, a YouTube channel.
Yeah, but K40 works great for me. And as I said, it allows me to run the laser without actually having to have a PC plugged into it because the Pi does all the work.
Yeah, they got a website too. I guess it's Awesome Tech or something like that, but that's where my board came from.
And I have my Pi wired into the K40, so when one comes on, they both come on.
You know something strange in StreamYard, when I post a link, it'll post to whatever channel I'm live on, but then it gives me an error that I couldn't post, even though it just
I see that all the time, even though it does post, yeah.
It never used to do that. I don't know why that does that.
Yeah. I used to see that, and I used to repost it in case there was an error with it. And I just realized it is actually posting it, it's just reporting wrong.
Oh, another day when Nick went live, Blvd, he had all of his people like this. And I'm like, Nick, if you hit the third button over, you'd be like this. I don't know why people like this mode. You can't see everything in the room around them, and it's really narrow. I don't like this.
But they want to focus on the person rather than the surroundings.
Well, that could be. So it's just a person, not everything else. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Then we got that one.
That's the 5-year-old in me coming out.
We got.
Okay, and I don't come to see your room. I come to see you, Jerry. Oh, all
right.
Such a suck up. There you go.
That's non-fam, everybody. If you know.
I know.
Audacious. Abados. Audacious.
See, hashtag suck up. There you go. We should start a trend. Maybe you should change your title to Suck Up.
So mean.
He's used to us.
Darth Gallum, hello. How are you doing?
Hey, Darth.
Hello.
We're making fun of non-fan.
Yeah, we gave away Roll of Film a little bit ago. A man here in the U.S. won it. It's going to be shipped to California Monday. Here's Bionic popping in. He's trying to be funny now.
I know, yeah. Come on, go and change the name. Change it to Suck Up. Come on, just do it for the fun of it. I challenge you to change it to Suck Up and keep the name for a month.
Well, on YouTube he's Bionic. On Facebook he uses his real name, and then on Twitch he's Audacious Abados.
Yeah, doesn't say he should do another one and call it Suck Up, and then use it for a whole month.
Oh, it's always fun to make fun of you.
And there's Non-Fam.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Non-Fam was on stream a long time ago. Actually, it was twice he done his giveaway. He done a huge giveaway where he gave away, I don't remember, it was like 30 prizes. Everybody, we left it open long enough so that he wanted everybody that entered to win. So we shut it down and everybody won. I think it was 31 people, but that was really cool. No, I'm not him, LOL. Yeah.
It depends on which personality we're talking to, Jerry.
It was very, very cool to be on a stream where everybody wins. I know I get on some of these big stream like Joel's, and there's no way I'm ever going to win, but enter. I don't know if a bot wins or what. I mean, sometimes I might recognize one name. I don't know if everybody out there recognizes a lot of names. I usually don't, because then everybody on the internet shows up. People that don't even know what 3D printing is.
They're not going to recognize names when there's 2,000 people or 4,000 people on a stream.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good stream.
Yeah.
It's either Audacious or Abados. Audacious 1, Abados 2. Which one is it? 1 or 2? Audacious 1, Abados 2.
I don't know. It's probably both of them are wrong.
Yeah. A Badass. A Badass. It could be a Badass. I don't know. Hey, buddy. That's what I usually call people when I don't know who they are. I call everybody buddy. Hey, buddy.
He said he enjoys watching you guess.
I'm not your buddy.
Probably 2 is closer. Abados. Okay. I think that's a fish.
And his
Abadus.
You can call him whatever you want as long as it's not too early in the morning. He doesn't care.
Yeah. I'm not your buddy guy. I'm not your guy buddy. Okay.
Whatever. Okay. Jerry, I can't stay. I have stuff to do. I have a dog to feed. I have lots to do.
Well, let me run a raid then real quick. You want to stick around for a raid?
Okay, I'll stick around for a raid.
If we have to.
I only see Maker Deck on.
Bye, everyone.
No, nobody else on?
I'm only seeing Maker Deck on the
Let me
people
see.
I follow.
Let me go check out see who I see is on my Twitch. 1 second. Let me go over there.
There's a new channel I'm following called Asado Craft 3D, but he's playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yes, thank you very much, everybody, for the donations. Thank you for dropping by and chatting. If it wasn't for everybody on stream and in chat, none of this would be possible. So we always welcome people to have questions, make comments, talk to each other, and, ask us stuff. And remember, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, William's going to be doing a live unboxing on the P1P. So please check out Asker Printer's channel on YouTube.
Probably one of my shorter streams because it should print out of the box.
He's going to be on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all gonna wait for the blue smoke.
Oi, pick a window. You're leaving. Don't wish that on me.
No, I don't wish that on nobody. I'm just saying. Possibility is always there. Never know.
Okay, all you guys on Twitch, we're going to raid over to Maker Deck starting now, and YouTube will just be running an intro and we'll be exiting. And I'll run my exit screen here in just a minute. But thank you, everybody, for your donations. I really appreciate it. And Monday or Tuesday, when I get my card, I'll be ordering the X1 Carbon. And been a lot of fun, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, raid's going over for everybody on Twitch. Let me run my exit for everybody else on YouTube. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Okay, guys. Bye.